What's up guys, and welcome to my Spider Made Easy guide. In this guide I'll be going over the spider's mechanics and what type of abilities you want to bring in order to counter those mechanics. And notice how I said abilities and not champions. Building a team is about compiling
Heyo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Adventures of Adam. I'm Adam. Let's adventure. Glennis, Wolf, hello, welcome. Um, Sorry about the lighting. I know I look a little pink. I haven't quite got it figured out with my new setup yet. Welcome, Vin. Hello, hello, hello. Doing well. I was supposed to work overtime today, but they canceled it, so I'm going to stream instead. So, welcome everyone. We're going to be doing some champion training today, and I know during last week's episode, with the weekly update, I said that Kael was going to be my next 6-star, but I decided to pull an audible, and I wanted to level Bellower, and I did so for a couple reasons. One, you always hear about what a great champion he is, and he is a good champion. He's got a ton of debuffs, but I think where he shines is his A2 with the AoE decreased speed, and his A1 with the AoE block active skills. In my opinion, these are his two most valuable skills, because the small version of, I've already got War Maiden built, who does the big version of decreased defense. However, I do not have an AoE decreased attack champion built yet. So there is some utility on his A3, but it's mostly just the decreased attack for the time being. But every time you see these guides on Bellower, they're always done from the perspective of an end game account. Even if they try to put reasonable gear on him, it's just unrealistic because they can build the perfect team around him and all that stuff. So I wanted to see, is he really worth the hype on a new account? So just for reference, we're on day 86. So not even 3 months in. I figured now would be the perfect opportunity to see if Bellower is worth the hype. And I've been using him as my campaign farmer. And actually, let me show you his build first. I managed to get him in a 7-piece Slayer set, so that's pretty dope. This fills this champion's turn meter by 5% per each enemy hit by AoE attacks. All 3 of his skills are AoEs, so he's always going to get like a 20% turn meter boost when he's farming campaign, which means he doesn't need to be as fast to take 2 turns in a row to, kill the waves. So that's really nice. I got this really incredible crit damage amulet with a triple accuracy roll, which has made gearing him everywhere else super easy. He's only in crit rate gloves, so he's not like a high damage build. We've got speed on the boots, attack percentage on the chest, but because he's in crit rate gloves, I didn't need to find as much crit rate in the rest of his gear. So I got this shield with accuracy and speed, So, and the 7th piece of Slayer comes from the ring. So this adds 15% crit damage. And it's got some decent attack rolls. Not the best, but not the worst either. So that's the build I've got right now. With 30,000 HP, I don't think he will ever fail farming campaign. Well, here, oh, okay. Let's see where I'm at. Okay, so these are food. Okay, let me sacrifice these and we'll start a new group. Upgrade. Oh. Okay, just kidding. So, dang it. I guess we'll keep working on this batch, and then I'll switch to 12-3 when I'm ready. So, oh yeah, it wasn't a bad glyph. I think it rolled a 5 from 5 to 7. So, obviously, let's see, not rework. I don't have any 5-star glyphs. I think that was my last one. I got a 6-star glyph, but yeah, it's gotta be a 6-star. So, he is a little shy on accuracy, where I'd like him to be for like level 20 dungeons. But if you look at my Great Hall, I have not put anything into accuracy yet. Oh, speaking of Great Hall, actually I'll cover that in the update on Monday, but we won't go into this. Because it's a little off topic. And I know the Ice Golem tournament just went live today. But I really want to get the legendary book. So he hasn't failed yet. And I would like to get a little bit more speed on him, specifically for 12-6. Because on this final wave, the Diabolus has a base speed of 110. So she's able to cut in and give everybody else increased speed. So as soon as these guys hit level 23, I'll switch over to 12-3 Brutal. Hey, what's up, Mike? Also, hello, Dark Boon. I saw you earlier, but I was in the middle of something. I didn't want to lose my train of thought. So welcome, and thank you for tuning in. I almost forgot about you. Yeah, Bellower, baby. And also, because he's not level 60 yet, he's still gaining XP while he's being my campaign farmer. So it's been incredibly efficient for the tournament. Or not the tournament, the event. I think it's possible that he could fail because the Diabolus cut in and give the Lord Shazar on the final wave increased speed. It's possible that if I get both bombs landing on me plus he crits, it's possible I could die here, but I haven't seen it happen yet. I think he's got enough HP to survive though. So here we'll see. Okay, no, he lives. I think we got 100% farm, guys. The one downside to having a dedicated, well, I guess he is. I'm not saying, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. The one downside to having a much faster campaign farmer is that I burn through my energy much faster, so it means that the streams might not last as long, which, could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on your perspective. If you're trying to get caught up on the series, it's probably a good thing if they're shorter. But if you're hanging out and you're enjoying the hangout live, then it's a downside. He doesn't have masteries yet either. That's another thing. So his damage will actually improve. I think it's possible that I get this down to like potentially a 7-second farm. He does stage 12-3 a lot faster. But if I can get the mastery that gives him the bonus speed when he kills people, he might be able to do this much quicker when he gets to the final wave. And if I can get him bonus damage, from the masteries, he'll likely to one-shot the first wave, have enough speed to go twice here on the second wave, kill them all before they even get a chance to attack, and then again hopefully take 2 turns on the final wave. So I could get this down potentially to like a 10 or 12-second farm for 12-3. But yeah, for right now, he's not booked, so I get 10% more damage on his A1 once I book him, and then I think it's his A3 that gains 15% more damage. His A2 doesn't gain damage from books, but his A2 has the highest damage multiplier of all his skills anyway. So yeah, he's been tearing it up on campaign. This is the first time I've done it on my computer, so I don't know how fast he does 12.3 yet. But when I was doing it on my phone, which the runs are generally slower when I play on my phone, he was doing it in about 11 seconds on 12.3. Ooh, okay, hold on. Okay, that's an interesting question, Mike. You okay? Um, what I would say, well, I would look at it from like a dollars per hour perspective. Like, how much is your time worth to you, and how much time are you like investing into doing that for them? After this run, I switched to 12.3, and it should give me the perfect amount of experience to hit 30 without over leveling them at all. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question, and I unfortunately don't have a good answer. So yeah, so 11 seconds right now is my best time, but we'll see what it does when my computer runs a lot faster than my phone does. 9 seconds. That's not bad. So yeah, I think with masteries and books, that'll up his damage, and this could potentially be a 7 second farm. Also, it'll help get the cooldowns for his harder hitting skills, because his A1 only hits about half as hard as his A2 and his A3. So yeah, like the stream just started, and I've already used my first refill in like a couple minutes. So that's kind of like the downside of, you know, being more efficient. Oh, my cat just came in the room. Oh, I got energy here. Cool. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go for this Ice Golem tournament or not. I would like to pick up these fragments, but I don't have a good Ice Golem team. And I've tried to do a few runs with Bellower, hoping that the decreased attack would help on the boss stage. Um, but it's not a significant enough difference, unfortunately. Sorry about the Bloodhorn, man. That's rough. Hey, what's up, Zeta Rat? Just doing some campaign farming with my new campaign farmer. When I downloaded Dragon's Dogma 2 earlier today because I wanted to play a game that would really test out my new PC, and it had options in the it had options so I could like set up my Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, my cat is taking a shit and it's really distracting. Um, okay. Like I'm trying to be professional, but the noises that are coming out of that animal are disgusting. Just, well, luckily you guys can't hear it. I've got the microphone tuned so it won't pick up background noise and stuff, but no respect. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, was I talking about Ice Golem? I don't remember. Yeah, I could have gone with like a much higher damage build. Oh, he's level 60 now. Because I have. Yeah, let's do this. It's if I wanted to only use him for campaign farming, I could. Because I've got these attack boots with crit rate here. And then I've got some crit damage gloves with speed. The problem is, at the end of it, I would have to use a flat attack chest, which is not ideal, but he's got the attack percentage gloves, so it kind of makes up for it. These, I think I need to go with the ones with the highest. I forget exactly. I would use the same helm. I remember that much. Yeah, so not no. There was a way I could do it that he would have 100% crit rate. I don't remember exactly the full setup. I don't want to spend too much time messing with it, but yeah, I think if I put this build on him, he'd be able to just like smash through in like 7 seconds and it'd be awesome. But I wanted to build him in a high utility build so I can get more use out of him in more areas. So, yeah, that's why I went with the crit rate gloves and the speed boots, and I'm not really at a stage in my account progression where I can justify investing resources into a champion who is only going to be used for campaign farming, at least not at the moment. If I get to a point where there's a champion training event and I have nobody else to level up, I actually do have a Fellhound. Oh, now you want to go outside? She unleashes unholy hell in the litter box, and then she wants to go outside. Okay. I see how it is. You couldn't have gone outside for that? I'll be right back. Outside, seriously. No respect. Alright. Where are we at here? My mustache keeps tickling my nose. Oh, that's Dungeon Divers. Okay, I was thinking that was... Okay. So in terms of champion training, I really want to get this book. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. Yeah, that sounds about right, Mike. Alright. So we are going to go down to 12-6. And we're going to put some food champs in here. Okay. How did I get the Slayer gear? From the Forge Pass, silly. I did not fully complete the Forge Pass on the one before this most recent one, but I did get some materials. And then I completed the Forge Pass on the most recent Forge Pass. And then I used all my charms to try to get good Slayer gear. So, yeah. Yeah. Charms are insanely powerful. And if you're crafting a very good set like Slayer, it's probably worth it to use some charms. Because the Forge is like OP for crafting good gear. Like I probably farmed the vast majority of my energy on my old account farming Fire Knight 20 to 25 depending on, but I spent a lot of energy in Fire Knight because I valued it highly as a set. Like I wanted Savage gear and stuff like that. So and then I think I farmed Dark Fae for like 1 or 2 rotations of Doom Tower hard, and my lethal gear like significantly surpassed my Savage gear in like a couple rotations of farming because of how powerful the Forge is. It's crazy. Yeah, that's true. But I think as long as they come back to like they've got Defiant, they've got Bolster, Slayer. I don't know what else they've got. They could have come out with some other stuff while I stopped playing, but they do rotate through them. Yeah, I think specifically because they changed it from like the Ralathos set to Slayer set is a good indication that they'll be bringing it back again in the future. Otherwise, there would kind of be like this weird conflict of interest with the what's it called? Whatever that collab was called, a Monster Hunter. What? Upgrade rank. I've got okay. Here they are. Why didn't they show up earlier? It's weird. I knew that I had one. It didn't show up for me earlier. Okay, that actually worked out perfectly. I have exactly enough food to rank up these as well. And then I either go to 4 stars or back to making 3 stars. Man, I really need to figure out a way to fix my lighting. I look like super pink. Like this light bulb above me is a different kind of light bulb that was on the other side of the room with like look how pink I look. I thought it was the lighting on my PC because it lights up. So I turned the lights off. But I mean, you can kind of see it glowing on my face, but I thought that was what was causing me to look pink because I had it set to purple. But I think it's just my overhead light being a different type of light bulb. Okay, that's definitely making me look slightly more pink. So turn the lights off on that. And then I kept like my desk lights up too, but I don't think that's causing anything to make my face look pink. I could swap the bulbs. I don't want to do it right now because they're probably really hot, but that's a good idea. Also, on when I was going on the other side of the room on my old computer, why doesn't it is it why if I feel like it should always take me to the ones that are ready to have their rank upgraded, but it's not doing that. Like normally you can just click this and then it doesn't seem to be working right now. Okay, well that's annoying. Do I look sick? Like sick as in unhealthy? The new PC is doing great. At first, I was running into a little bit of issues because I plugged my second monitor into the motherboard because that was the only place I had a second HDMI slot. And at first, it was running rough, and I was having some troubles because you're not supposed to plug a monitor into the motherboard if you have a dedicated graphics card. So once I unplugged the second monitor, it started performing perfectly fine. So I bought an adapter. I forget what it was called. It lets me plug my HDMI ports into I forget what the other port was called, but I bought an adapter so I could have both monitors. My weekly update last week was recorded without a second monitor, and it was really hard to record the video without being able to see my OBS. Like normally, I'll have this on the other screen, and I could look over and check to make sure I'm not in the way, and if I'm in the way, I can move it. But because I didn't have my second monitor, it was like I couldn't see what I was. Oops, I couldn't see what I was doing. Um, so there were probably a couple times where my camera got in the way, and I wasn't able to. I couldn't tell. I was winging it. Um, so yeah, that was a little rough. But when I went to upload the video, okay, so normally after I edit everything, and all the edits have to render, which is like they're finalizing and like saving so they can upload it. On my old computer, it would take like 20 to 40 minutes to render before I could upload it. The new computer did it in like 2 minutes, so like 5 times faster than my old computer. So that's a huge quality of life. Like it was, man, it was awesome. I'm really excited. Because like if I start getting into more advanced like video editing stuff, um, it's gonna just make it a lot easier. So yeah. Oh, okay. That might be the issue. Because okay. Ah, okay. I haven't selected that. Thank you, Wolf. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think you're right. It's, you know, fresh computer. So, so the pink tone is making me look unhealthy. I feel great. I think it's just the lighting that's making me look bad. I need to figure it out. But also, when I was on streaming from the other PC on the other side of the room, I had a desk lamp that I would use to light myself up. And when I tried to use it over here last week to upload my upload video, um, it didn't make a difference. I think it's this light bulb specifically isn't emitting the full spectrum of light, so it's probably emitting more red and purples, so that's what's reflecting back at the camera. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so there's a couple things I could do. I can just level these guys up to 12 to score some fast points. And then pull some of these in. Because it'd take less energy to go from 36 to 40 than 12 to 40. But I don't know if that's more or less point efficient. I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do. I guess I could start by like, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but on my screen, I'm still getting some screen tearing, which is kind of annoying. I don't think it's my monitor though, because when I was messing around with Dragon's Dogma, it wasn't an issue. I think it's just RAID not having a high enough uh, I don't know. I don't think the settings will allow me to crank everything up high enough so that I don't get that screen tearing effect, and it's really bothering me. Okay, so I think for now I'm just going to stick these guys in to get some points. Actually, for the 4 stars we can go to 12-3, because I do 3 runs and it doesn't make a difference between. It could be ambient light from the monitors, but like right now the screen that I'm looking at is like red and orange. So you'd think it would be like red and orange if that was the issue, but it stays like you can see like a flash of orange when I switch screens, and then it goes back to purple. And I had this same problem last week when I was recording my weekly update video, and I didn't have a second monitor on me, so I don't know. No, I've got the frames per second set to unlimited already. No, it's I don't think it has anything to do with my PC. Um, I don't know if there's I tried looking it up earlier to see if there's like settings on my monitor that I could change to where it's always running at like 180 hertz, like, with 1 millisecond refresh times and all that stuff. But I if there is a way to do it, it wasn't like it wasn't easy for me to figure out. There's a lot of terms that are like abbreviated, and I don't know what the abbreviations stand for, so I didn't want to start messing with settings. And it didn't come with a user manual. So I looked up the user manual online, and that was a little helpful, but yeah, my keyboard is lit up, but it's a very soft glow. Like I can't well, I can kind of show you. It's not like it's just like it's a very very soft glow. I don't think that's affecting anything. I mean, I guess I could try. Hold on. Okay, now it's off. Wait, was that the issue? No, it looks. I don't notice a difference. It's off now. But yeah, you can see when I load in, like it's a bright flash of red on my face. I guess I might maybe try turning down the brightness of my monitors. That could be part of the problem. Hey, congrats on Dragon 20, man. That's awesome. Um, yeah, congrats, Akib. Um, yeah, let me get a run going, and then I'll try that out. See if it makes a difference. Let's see here. Okay, cool. That doesn't show up on the stream. Okay. Let me turn the let's turn the brightness down. Okay. I'll do it on the second monitor too. Set that to 20. And then my webcam has a light on it too. I turned this on, hoping it would balance out. So now the light on my webcam is off. But I can't really tell if that's better or not because I turned the brightness on my monitors down. So you guys will have to let me know if it looks better or not. Yeah, the top of my head is pretty shiny. I turned my tower lights off. So I mean the RAM is still glowing. That's the pink that you see is the RAM. But I turned the that's what it normally looks like. But I turned those off. Does that look any better? I honestly can't tell because I turned the brightness down. I think my face looks less pink if I face towards the light. Maybe I'll just do this all night so that the light's hitting my face directly instead of just the top of my head. I'm just kidding. I'm not actually going to do that. I have almost 800 gems. I got rosy cheeks. Maybe that's just my face. Hold on, let me... No, I mean, they do look a little rosy when I look at myself through my cell phone camera. But they don't look pink. I think it's probably a combination of the light that I'm using and the camera itself. This is a very cheap camera. Something I could do is go back to using my cell phone as my webcam. Because the tripod that I have works with it. Yeah, let's here. Turn my brightness back up. I don't know. That doesn't look too bad. I'm definitely not as pink as I was before, I don't think. It very well could be the light coming from the monitor. Now my green screen looks all messed up. I don't know, whatever. So, I want to finish this event for the Legendary Book. And I need... Let's see. Several thousand more points. I'm not sure what I should do. I could take the champs out of my sparring pit, level these to 40, and then rank them up. And I could do the same. Then I could do the same with these, and I could actually make another 6-star. Yeah, let's do that. Yes, thank you, Mike. Make sure you hit that like button. It does help me out a lot. No, I haven't reset my Drex timer. I don't want to do that because if I miss it after I reset it, then I'll have to like reset it again. So I'm just gonna if I ever totally actually forget to pick it up one day, so that I'm sure it'll happen naturally eventually. I don't want to do it deliberately because that could, end in disaster. Like when I put my hand up to it doesn't look that pink, but the further back it's like once I cross this threshold, it starts to turn pink. Right there. So, yeah. I think it's my camera. It turns pink right at that threshold. And the further back I get, the pinker I start to look. I might need to get a new webcam. How far away am I now? About an arm's length. Like if I just reach out my arm about, like if I stretch my shoulder forward, I can touch the camera. So I don't know, however long that is, like maybe 2.5, 3 feet. Hold on, maybe if I get closer with my face. No, I still look pretty pink. Well, what if I do that? Well, maybe if I shield the light from the camera. Okay. I think it has something to do with the light entering. I need to get like because if I do this and put my hands over the camera to block the light from the light bulb going into the lens, I think that actually solves the issue. Huh. Maybe I can get put like a piece of tape over the lens to like shade it from the. That actually looks so much better. It's like as soon as the light from the light bulb hits the lens, because that looks good right there. And I move my hand, and then it goes pink again. Yeah, I think that's the issue. I think it's trying to autocorrect the brightness or something. Huh. I think I just looked super blue because I was looking super pink before. I don't know. I don't know, man. But I think that was helping. Oh, I have some masking tape over here. I wonder. I don't have any paper though. I was gonna tape a piece of paper. Like the way a hat shades your eyes. If I can put something up over the lens so it's shading the lens so the light isn't going directly into it. I think that might fix it. I do look a little oxygen deprived. Okay, I'm going to put a piece of masking tape right here. Okay, I don't think that quite worked. I need to extend it. It's not like the end of the world, but I would like for my content to be like good quality. I don't want to look pink all the time. Like, I feel like the people who watch regularly and are fans of the content, it won't bother them because they already like my content. But every new video I upload is a new chance to make a first impression. And if somebody tunes into my channel and they see, like, why is this guy pink? That might be give them an excuse to not finish watching the video, you know? So I just want it to look good. So I'm going to try to make a shade for the lens and see if that helps. I don't know if that helped. I don't know. Another thing I could try, it seems to be like, it might also just be how close I am to it. I don't know. Like, when I put my hand up right here, like, the color of my hand looks good. Like, that looks really good to me. And as I start getting further and further away, then it, like, starts to turn pink. So I'm wondering if I can set up my, maybe I can put my camera on the tripod and set it up a little bit closer to my face. Obviously, I wouldn't want it, like, that far away from my face, but... How far am I from Drex? Sorry. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. I think I'm at like 75 days. Or 75 fragments, so like 25 off. Like this is, I got my tripod right here. I can try, like right now it's setting on top of my second monitor. Problem is, excuse you, I did not ask for you. The problem is, if I set it on my desk, then it's actually blocking my second monitor, and then I can't see information. Like, there's no really good place for me to set this where it's not in the way of anything I'm doing, other than, like, over here, maybe? But then if I set the camera up over here, then it's pointing that way, then I have to set the green screen up over there. Oh, this is my desk! That's what's... Okay, so it's reflecting the green from the green screen, and that's why you're getting that fuzzy bit. Okay, hold on. We'll just set that right there. Okay. Now it's not all twitchy. That looks a little better. I mean, now there's a random box behind me, but at least it's not, like, freaking out. Okay, so I think the plan is... try to see if I can make another 6-star. So I think I'm actually going to go with Kael for real this time. Because I was trying Ice Golem earlier, and my Ice Golem team sucks. And I desperately need... I've tried using Frozen Banshee as my poisoner on Ice Golem, but the problem is she uses her poison sensitivity on the side ads, and then the side ads die. And then by the time she starts attacking the boss does his thing and revives the side ads, and then she starts... Like, she never gets any poisons on the boss. So then I thought about using Grave Shield Killer because she doesn't need to put poison sensitivity up first. But she just doesn't... It's the same thing. Like, her poisons are on a 3-turn cooldown. So sometimes she hits the boss, sometimes she doesn't. So I just think having Kael, who, like, his A3 are where the big poisons come from, and they're random attacks. So even if he's aiming those poisons at the side ads, which he will, there's a chance that they can splash over and hit the boss. And then when the side ads are dead, if he just uses his A1 on the boss, he's putting up poisons with his A1. So I just think Kael is going to be the best thing for me for trying to build an Ice Golem team. Also, the camera can't see it. I set the masking tape down on my beer belly, and I just left it there. It's just been hanging out on my beer belly. Just the way this word Homer Simpson puts his donuts in his beer. Just... No, I can't set a beer can on it yet. I'm not quite there. We're getting close. Not that that's a goal of mine or anything. I'm just... So my plan to make a shade for the camera didn't work. Actually, dude, Bellower was really good. With Shield Guard, I think 12 seconds was my best time with like perfect RNG, where he went A2, A2, next wave, A2, A2, next wave, A2, A2. I don't need good RNG for Bellower to just be a fast campaign farmer. He just does it. So this was really good. And I think his AoE decrease attack is going to be very beneficial in a lot of areas. I put him in for my I put him into my dragon team just to do a test. Like I took out Coffin Smasher and replaced Coffin Smasher with Bellower, and it cut like a full minute off my dragon 20 times. So that was really nice. Yeah, sorry, I stole all your good RNG. Hopefully you'll get something soon, Mike. I have a I have Felguard too, and I considered building him for a moment, and I was like, no, I just Felguard is a technically a better campaign farmer, but I think Bellower will give me more utility in more areas. Like I'll suck it up that he's a couple seconds slower to for the cost of like being able to actually get use out of him in other areas. Fellhound does have use in Fire Knight for his reflect damage, but I've already got Longsword Torux with the Faultless Defense blessing, so I don't need Fellhound for that. So I think it would just be a waste at this moment in time. Yeah, sorry, Mike. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my pulls. But yeah, I definitely think Kael is my next 6-star because I really need to get my Ice Golem team figured out, especially since the tournament is actually like live right now. And I've only got like 3 days to do it. But yeah, I did a couple runs earlier and it was like not good. Oh, Doom Screech, nice man. Yeah, that's a really good one. I plan to build my Doom Screech eventually. Probably not until I'm ready to start like working on Tag Arena. Or it's also possible that I build Doom Screech when I decide I'm ready to build Drex for the increased defense. So Drex can nuke harder. Man, you guys can't see it, but there's this stupid thing that pops. Like if I accidentally keep mousing over it, and it just like it shows like local news and weather whenever I mouse over it, and it's really annoying. I don't mean to mouse over it. Okay, so I think what we do now. Oh, dagger, nice. Pull this guy out. Pull this guy out. I got some, hold on. No, you were supposed to come out. What, dude, I'm telling you, I'm about to, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right. We got a bunch that are all the same level here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These guys can go in the sparring pit. And then I'm going to take my other 4 stars that are level 36 and put them in with Bellower. And Kael. What? Where's my Kael? Did I spell it wrong? Yes, I did. Okay. I was like freaking out. Okay. I don't know. Every time I do something like this, I like always freak out that I'm doing something wrong. Okay. You know what? I had a thought. God, I need to get a nose hair trimmer. I think that's what's bugging my nose. Like, it's either that or one of my mustache hairs went rogue and is trying to poke my brain. It's tickling me. Now my cat wants back inside. I have a plan for my camera. I'll be right back, and we'll try to figure it out. Okay. Hey, what's up, Jack? Jackety Jack, don't talk back. How far into the game am I? Are you talking to me or Mike? I'm on day 80, 70s, 80. Not quite 3 months yet. Okay, I noticed when something gets really close to the lens, it like, okay, now it's black and white, so that's too much. It's like, I was thinking if I put like a tiny little piece of tape hanging over the corner of the lens, that might fix it. Oh man. Chronom grind twice on 2 different accounts. That's crazy. I might try it. My old PC couldn't run BlueStacks very smoothly, but the processor on this PC is probably about 4 or 5 times more powerful than my old computer. And my graphics card, so the graphics card in the old PC was a GTX 1070. This is an RTX 4070 Ti Super. So it's like, it's a lot. It's got a lot more juice. Let's try it. I want to see if I can get this to work without making it look like garbage. Okay, well, obviously that looks bad because now there's like a thing dangling. Nah, I don't know. I'll have to mess with it when I'm not streaming and see if I can figure something out. There's like no in between. It's either like I look like I'm black and white. Like that looks good right there. But I can't just like stay like this constantly. But then I move my hand and then I turn pink. I don't know. Now my cat wants to go. Oh, nope, maybe not. I think he was okay. So I have 2 cats. I have Peaches, who was the filthy monkey who used the litter box earlier, and then went outside. And then I have my other cat, Chester, who just came inside to eat, and then he took a few steps towards the litter box, and I think he smelled what Peaches laid down. He's like, "No, I'm going outside." So now he wants to go back outside. I'll be right back. I know. Just... I wonder if I can get some like clear plastic, like plexiglass, or maybe saran wrap, or like a Ziploc bag or something, and put it in front of the lens, and if that will trick it into thinking that there's something there. I wonder. Like, how cool would it be if, like, that fixed it? Just, like, putting, like, a clear Ziploc bag over it. Because, like, it would sense that there's something close, but it'd still be transparent, so it would, I don't know. Also, I think there's a lot of people who are voting on my community polls who don't actually watch my videos. Kael has a really high base speed, by the way. Okay, so I'm just gonna take Kael to the tavern and rank him up to 30. Oh, he's not in the... Okay, he's in my vault. Just brew him to 30 real quick. Oh, I don't have any chickens for him. Okay, hold on. I can make some chickens. How many? Let's see. I have the most force brews. Then I'll do a spirit. And then force again. Yeah, I could have spent energy to get more, or I guess I could even put brews in there to get more value. Oh no, not that one. Whoops. Okay, I need to pull some of these out of my vault. It's 4-star chickens. I do have a spare of this guy in my vault right now. I checked and double checked and triple checked. So that's 5-star chickens. Let's... do that. Ooh. Hey, we're closing in. You're getting used to the pink. All right. Well, I'll mess with it when I'm not actually making content. Yeah, no, I think thank you, Mike. I got. He's in here somewhere. Or no, he'd be in here, I think. I double checked. I have a second one somewhere. I thought I did. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I think that's just for the Lady Mikage fusion anyway, and that's so far away. Oh yeah, it's right here. Right here. Okay. I knew I had a second one. Okay. What was I doing? Okay, I'm gonna go to campaign and put some levels into these. I'm out of brews for those guys. I'm gonna bang out a few levels for some extra points. Well, I wanted to check because I didn't see him, so I was starting to freak out a little bit. Well, now that I know that it's not the lighting on my my fans on my PC, I'm gonna turn these back on because it makes me feel good to having them on. I paid extra money for fans that light up, and I'm gonna light them up. God damn it! Also, since okay, so when I was setting up my PC, I plugged in the second monitor into the motherboard, and I noticed that day that my computer was running super loud, like the processor was just kicking into overdrive. And if I put my hand over the fan where the exhaust fan, it's like hot air coming out. Ever since I got the adapter and plugged the second monitor into my graphics card, it's been running a lot quieter because it doesn't have to like work quite as hard to. So that fixed a lot of the problems I was having. Oh, I got energy in here, right? Yeah. Okay. And I could use gems. I was just hoping to shortcut and buy masteries. Maybe what I should do is make sure I get Kael's leveled up before I start just cranking out points for the sake of points. So, okay, I'll need 4 4-star chickens. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are ready to rank him up when he hits 40. And then I've got the 5 5-star chickens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just need to level him to 40 and then we're good. So the question is, should I just... I'm running out of energy is the problem. And I want to make sure I still have some for the Ice Golem tournament. Let's just do that. Yeah, that's fine. And then bam, 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 bam. So now he's level 50. This is probably not a good idea. I just want to see where this would put me. This is not an efficient use of brews, but I just kind of want to do it. I want to get him ready so I can do this Ice Golem tournament. And I finished. Well, I didn't finish. I got the. Also, something great about Kael. Look at his skills. 80% chance of poison. So obviously booking him is good, but an 80% chance to place a poison is good enough that I don't need to book him right away. And he only gains 10% for 10% chance on the for each hit on the A3 on a 4. Like, so obviously I will want to book him eventually, but I can run him unbooked for the time being, and he's gonna be perfectly fine. So Kael is awesome. I super regret not using him as my starter. I was trying to be like clever and whatnot by using Aethel. She's just obsolete everywhere now. Like I've outgrown Aethel way faster than I would have outgrown Kael. And I thought having the big version of Weaken was going to be like worth it, but I don't feel like that has been the case. So live and learn, I guess. I actually don't need what's this guy? Stitched Beast anymore because I have Cold Heart. So I could use this guy as a chicken at some point. So the question is, I know this is less efficient in terms of like maximizing my XP gains per energy, but I just want to get Kael to 60. Dude, I actually have 3 Slayer accessories for Kael. I could have, I, I used all my good Slayer gear on Bellower, but I could have built Kael on a Slayer set. Um, since I'm building Kael primarily for Ice Golem, I probably want to build him like super tanky. I don't want him to die, so I don't know if I would even want to build him in a Slayer set. But it's an option for the future if I decide to use him as like an arena nuker or something. I could do a 9-piece Slayer set on him. Like when I get Dark Kael, for example, I'll have a better poisoner for Ice Golem. But that's like probably 2 years in the future. Maybe a year and a half if I really put a focus on secret rooms for Doom Tower normal, which I might, because he would be huge for Clan Boss too. Because right now I have to use Coffin Smasher and Frozen Banshee. If I can get Dark Kael, he replaces both of them, and then that opens up an extra slot on my Clan Boss team. So I really love Rosin, Scarhide, and Dark Kael together on Clan Boss because they cover all your debuffs in 2 champions. Rosin gives you decreased defense and weaken. Kael gives you poison sensitivity, poisons, and decreased attack. They make a great pair. I'm so sorry, Mike. Yeah, I mean, I'm technically being less efficient in terms of XP gained overall, but this will get my Kael to 50 faster so I can rank him up. Oh, that's right. Yes, yes, yes. So, okay. I was recently offered a sponsorship opportunity. I decided to turn it down because I didn't think it was a good fit for my channel. However, I told you guys I would let you know, and then I forgot to tell you. So because I didn't want to say who it was because I wasn't sure if I was doing it or not yet, but now that I've made up my mind, it was Eternal Evolution. The reason I turned it down is because the only way I would make money from the deal is if people who downloaded the game using my affiliate link, like, sorry, anyone who downloaded the game using my affiliate link and then spent money in the game, I would earn back a percentage of the profits that they made off of you spending money. And I don't like encouraging people to spend money in free-to-play games. Like, if you want to because you just enjoy doing it, that's on you, but a big focus of my channel on this channel is teaching players how to beat the game as free-to-play players. And because of that, I feel like the majority, what's the word I'm looking for? Demographic. The majority demographic of my players are free-to-play players anyway, which is great. So I don't know if a deal like that would be worth my time, especially if no one's interested in the game. Then I'm making content for a game that none of my viewers are interested in. I just decided to pass. Like, if I was a full-time YouTuber and I had more time to make videos, I probably would have done it. But working full-time, like the amount of time I have each week to make videos is so limited. The opportunity cost of making content for another game versus making raid content. And then when I was reading the contract, it was like, they told me if I made a video for Eternal Evolution, I couldn't upload videos for any other game in the same day. So it's not like I could make an Eternal Evolution video and then make a raid video that day. Like, I'd have to, so it just didn't seem like a good deal to me, so I passed on it. So yeah. If they would have offered me like just like a flat, like, hey, do this many videos, we'll pay you this much sort of situation, I might have considered it, because that way at least I'm guaranteed to make some money off the sponsorship. But with the offer that I was presented, I don't know, didn't seem worth it to me. And the other thing is, like, the game's been out for like 2 years. So, and I feel like a lot of people who have played Raid have probably already downloaded the game and made their accounts. So even if me covering game generated interest and my community started playing again, it's likely that they would already have an account and then I wouldn't, make anything off the sponsorship anyway. It just didn't seem like a good deal. Yeah, see, that's exactly what Jack is saying. He's already played the game, so yeah. Oh, no kidding? I hadn't heard that. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue making the content that I want to make, and if a sponsorship opportunity comes my way that actually seems like a good idea, that seems right for me, I'll take it. So like, let's say a men's grooming product, you know, if they want to, if somebody like that wanted to sponsor my channel, I wouldn't mind doing like a 15 to 30-second ad at the start of one of my videos to, you know, feel like that would be a good fit. Something like that. Or another game like hypothetically speaking, the Fateless Studios when their game comes out, if they want to, you know, offer us, because I actually want to play that game. At the very least, I'll play it for a couple of weeks to try it out, right? Whether I continue playing it, I'll only keep playing the game if the game is good. And I'm hoping to God that it is. I really want it to be good. So if the folks at Fateless decide that they want to sponsor me when when the game comes out, like a short-term contract, and then if I decide to continue covering the game, then we can work something else out. But that would be cool. I mean that's awfully high hopes, but you never know. But what I should say is I intend to play the game. Whether or not I cover it on my channel is another story. Probably shouldn't cover it for free. I should try to. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Is what they say, right? Let's do one more run with these guys. To squeeze out a few more points. Something I could do, actually. Oh, I'm on their Discord all the time. I don't always chat on their Discord, but I do lurk. That's the word I'm looking for. I do lurk. Actually, I did. Hold on. I actually asked Hell. Well, I didn't ask Hell Hades specifically. I did post a question in there the other day. In their general chat. But their server's blowing up now, so it probably got buried pretty quick. But one of the moderators, Crouching Grandpa, answered my question. Yeah, oh man, it really got buried. Man. Yeah, like the server's just so big now that at the start, when they first set it up, there's only like a couple thousand people, and the community was really small, and I recognized everybody's names, and I was actually having conversations with people. But now the community is so big that it's like impossible to have a conversation. Jesus. Ah, there it is. Okay. Oh, right. Oops, not that tab. Damn it. There. Okay. I know this topic isn't a high priority as it wouldn't apply to most who play your game, but have you guys discussed any sort of content creator program? Crouching Grandpa replies, yes. It's quite extensive, but we can't release details yet. So I do post in there sometimes. My chair's being noisy again. And search function, smirch function. Now that you mention it, that probably would have been... Well, I didn't think I'd have to scroll up that far, to be honest. Okay, so now Kael is 6-star. Should I just buy his masteries? No, 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 no. Maybe. I could probably gear him up, like just put him in Athel's gear, and he might be able to farm campaign at this stage right here, at this level. See, there's my crit damage Slayer accessory with an attack ring and an attack banner. I probably want accuracy on him. See if I can get one with speed. Ooh, speed, okay. Yeah, I mean, I probably don't need masteries at this stage, and you're right about. I thought about that, Mike, with the War Master, but I do plan on using him in my Dragon team too. Ugh, I don't know, man. Unironically, I think this, well, this would give me an extra 5% crit rate. I think I should wait to see if I need the accuracy or not. If I need the accuracy, I'll go with this amulet. If I don't need the accuracy, but I need the crit rate, I'll go with this one. Because a one-piece Slayer set gives you... Actually, I could just use this. Wait, what does two-piece Slayer set give you? Oh, 15% more crit damage? Okay, it's probably actually... well, let me see how I'm doing before I get that far. Okay, so I definitely want speed boots. Probably want lifesteal. These have accuracy. I'd like crit rate in the substats, so let's do that. Substats. Here, I'll move myself out of the way, so you guys can kind of see like how I gear champions. This is the method that I use. So primary stat, speed, substat, crit rate, and then maybe even accuracy would be. I might steal those. Might steal those. Candle guard. Wait, what would a three-piece Slayer set? 5 more speed? Huh. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Mike. I appreciate it, buddy. Take care. Um, I don't mind retaliation. He's got a really good A1. Yes, thank you, Mike. Remember to like the stream, everybody. Appreciate it. Let's see. I might steal these from Candle Guard. I don't really use her for anything other than Faction Wars and Tag Arena right now. And they're already leveled up, and I don't have a ton of silver. I think I am going to go with an HP chest piece, because I don't want him to die on Ice Golem. But I still want speed and crit rate. Oh, look at that one. We'll level that up later. I don't want to run out of silver. And then if I can get lifesteal on the rest of my stuff, maybe. Let's okay. And then depending on how much crit rate I can get, I can either go for crit rate gloves or crit damage gloves, but we'll see. Let's look for speed, crit rate, accuracy. Ooh, that limits my pool, doesn't it? A lot of speed, not much crit rate. A lot of... Okay, so... 15 speed, 13 speed. These have more accuracy, but less crit rate. Let's try these on. I do have the accuracy banner, so maybe I uncheck that and see what my options are. Wow, that's actually really fast. I might have to go crit rate gloves. So I'm not seeing any extra helms with. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay. I know I've got some crit rate lifesteal gloves. Some crit damage. I'm already really fast. I'm gonna take these to 16. Okay, we got crit damage there. So once he's got his masteries, he'll have. Oh, I'm in the way. Once he has his masteries, he'll have 100% crit rate. I can. What's the word? Glyph accuracy on some of these pieces. I'll go ahead and level this up. Hopefully I don't run out. Oh, I ran out of silver. Damn it. Okay. Well, we got crit rate maxed out. Okay. Damn it. I didn't level up. I should have leveled his amulet too. Okay, we need the accuracy, so I'm going to take this one. Actually. No, I probably want like an HP. Ooh, there's a good one. HP with HP and defense. And it's a blood shield. Okay, this will help keep him alive. I'm out of silver though. So now we just. He might actually be able to farm this as is, and if he can do this, that will be extremely efficient in terms of XP. Extremely inefficient in terms of time. Oh, the weekend is not good. It's gone though. Man, the one that that Hellgazer over here was probably already dead from the poisons. So Shazar's gonna be. Oh, he weak hits. Oh, he's strong affinity. I forgot about that. So he's gonna weak hit. He can't crit, which means he'll never get the one turn bomb detonations. He just does it at level 1. No big deal. I mean, it's not a fast farm, but look at 34,000 XP. Now that's efficiency. What we lost in efficiency earlier, we are gaining back now. 13 levels in one run. What does that do for my champion training? Woo! So 11,000 is where we want to be. So 1,300 points. Let me do some math real quick. So to level up 8 points apiece. Okay, so he's level 13 now. So 60 minus 13 equals 47 times 8 points apiece. That's only 376 points. So that will not be enough to finish the event. So I should probably throw some food in there with him. Maybe these guys right here. Oh, I really want to get that legendary book. If I bought his masteries, he could do this even faster. I make champ training look easier than it is. That's just because I know all the tricks, man. You gotta level up your food champs a little bit before you sacrifice them. I might have to finish. I don't know if I'll be able to. I do have gems for energy, but I really want to save those for. Oh, I might die to this bomb actually. Oh, that was close. I think we're good as long as I don't get double bombed. And I was worried this was going to be a short stream because Bellower was so fast. Um, yeah, I mean, I've showed you the tricks. You just level up your food champs a little bit before you use them as food, and you steal some free extra points. As long as you have a campaign farmer, you should be good to go. Wow, I 6-starred 2 champions this champion training event. But to be fair, I did have 5-star chickens ready to go before the event even started from the last champ training event. Which is why I decided to pull the trigger on Bellower so like willy-nilly, because I knew like it wasn't really costing me anything because I already had the chickens. But I really should have done Kael first to make sure that he was ready for the Ice Golem tournament. I didn't realize the Ice Golem tournament was, so I wasn't paying attention to the calendar. If I had been paying attention to the calendar, I could have made some better choices. 6-starred Kael first, and then used Kael to farm campaign to level up Bellower, and then once Bellower's ready to go, then switch and make Bellower my campaign farmer. So that was a slight mistake. But everybody makes mistakes sometimes. It's okay. There will rarely ever be a mistake that you can make that will ruin your account. The reason I want Kael and Lifesteal is for stage 20 of Ice Golem. Specifically. Not only will it help him heal when he gets attacked by the boss, but on stage 20, you have the enemies called Terror Beast, and they do this Shriek ability that puts reflex damage up on all their allies. It's a 30% damage reflect. So if you have Lifesteal, which heals you for 30% of the damage you deal, the Lifesteal actually cancels out the reflect damage that's coming back at you. So you don't have to worry about the reflect damage of the Terror Beast if your Wave Nuker is in a Lifesteal set. They cancel each other out. Even if the damage that's being reflected back at you would be enough to kill you, the Lifesteal heals you back up and you don't actually die. I don't know the order of operations, I'm not a programmer, but the best way I could think to explain it is in terms of Magic the Gathering, because the way Magic the Gathering rule set works is very similar to a computer program. Like the guy who made Magic the Gathering was like a computer programmer, so he wrote the rule set and the order of operations the way that they would exist if they were inside a computer program. So like in Magic the Gathering, you have like state-based effects that don't resolve, like don't check until the effect of a spell has fully resolved. So for example, like if you had a champion, or sorry, a creature in play whose power and toughness were each equal to the number of cards in your hand, if you were forced to discard your hand and then draw 7 new cards, while that spell was resolving, the creature in play's toughness would be reduced to 0 and then go back up to 7, but that creature won't die because it doesn't check state-based actions until the spell has fully resolved and you've drawn your 7 new cards. So I think it works similarly in Raid, where the damage is dealt, the damage is reflected back, and then the life is healed, and then like his AoE is like resolved at that point. Because I've seen his health go down and then come back up on my old account. You know, I would use Phoenix in a Lifesteal set to nuke the waves, and he would have died if it wasn't for Lifesteal. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm not a computer programmer. I don't know how to read the code of the game. I'm just making assumptions based on my experiences in other games. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Wolf. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out, if you haven't already. I'm sure you already have. But I do appreciate you hanging out, man. Take care. I think I just made him sleepy by talking about Magic the Gathering. It's a pretty intense game in terms of rules and stuff. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have any background music playing today. Let's fix that. I didn't have any background music in last week's update either. Let's see. Get off my screen. I can't really hear it, but it looks like you guys can. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. It looks like it's almost overpowering my voice. Hold on. I'm going to tweak the audio for a second. It might get loud, so I apologize. Because I can't hear it coming through my speaker. I can barely hear it now. Oh well. It's fine. As long as you guys could hear it, that's really all that matters. I know, I was just doing such a good job talking non-stop that you guys didn't even notice there wasn't any background music. But then I just realized I got to a point where I wasn't talking anymore, and I was like, oh, it's awkward silence. I should probably put some music on. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. But it's okay. I don't want to force conversation if it's not there. Oh man, naps. Those are the, yeah. The older you get, the more you appreciate a good nap. Yeah. Like when you're a kid, nap is like torture. But when you're an adult, not having a nap is like torture. I remember there was this video, or not video, there's a movie, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. I think it was like the third in the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids saga. And when it was time for the child's nap, he would throw a tantrum. No nap! No nap! And my younger brother, who was about 4 years younger than me, that was his favorite movie. And he called the movie No Nap because that was like his favorite part, when the little kid would throw a tantrum and say no nap. So we had it recorded on VHS, and on the label on the front we wrote no nap on the VHS so my little brother could find the movie easier so he could watch it whenever he wanted. Super random, but it just reminded me of that. Anytime I talk about the word nap, I associate it with that movie and that scene from that movie. There's like a giant baby throwing a tantrum on the Las Vegas Strip, screaming, "No nap!" I don't know. Can't believe Kael hasn't died yet. I think he got close that one time he got bombed, but now that he's... Ooh! Chisar killed himself from the poisons. Got more food. Another 3-star chicken. That's worth about 24 energy. So yeah, he's not booked, but he has no problems landing those poisons on his A1. He blew the AoE there. Yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna have to. I will book him eventually, just to like optimize everything. But he'll be perfectly fine, no books for now. Ooh, that was close. Even if he dies, he still gains XP, so I'm not super worried about it. I might just put him back in solo. I don't know. Like, just to get him to 60 faster. But then I'll still be like 700 points shy for the champ training. I don't know. Maybe I'll finish leveling this batch of 2 stars to 20. I don't know. It just takes so much energy. Like, once you get past level 30, it'll take so many runs for him to, like, gain levels that it stops being, like, worth a lot of points. Like, I'm kind of at the range where, like, it's not really worth a ton of points for the levels that he gains each run. I think what I should have done was run him solo until this point, and then start, and like after this point right here, where his leveling has slowed down, then start putting food in. I don't know. It all evens out. I don't know what I'm talking about. It'll be fine. Actually, I'm actually building my silver back up. I might be able to level up his necklace, the amulet. His A2 plays 2 poisons. Yeah, he doesn't need books. He's doing just fine without him. And also, books don't reduce the cooldown of his AoE A2, so... I mean, it'll give him like 20% more damage, but short term, he's doing just fine without him. If you're just tuning in, Bellower is on the sidelines. I just 6-starred my Kael, and now I'm trying to level him up so he's ready for the Ice Golem tournament. Ooh, that was close. I think as soon as my air conditioning turns off, I'll be able to hear the music again. It's very loud. Like, this is the first room in the house that the AC travels through to get to the rest of the house. And the air duct is not behind a wall and insulation. Like, I could see the metal duct. So it's just very noisy. Everywhere else in the house, obviously the vent is like behind a wall. So it helps muffle the noise a little bit. So this is like the loudest room in the house when the AC turns on. Oh, nice. Nice one, Jack. Oh, speaking of souls, even though I haven't built her yet, I pulled a 2-star soul for her. Full natty. I just pulled one from a shard, or a soul stone. And then I saw this on the market today, and I went ahead and picked it up. So that'll give her a ton of defense when I'm ready to build her. So she's good to go, man. Oh, what? Wait, what? Oh, from the champ training. No. I was thinking about pulling it, but I really do want to start saving my shards for fusions. I guess, wait, there is a... I don't think I'm going to have enough to finish... Oh, these are tournaments. Oops. Summon Rush. It would give me 100 energy. But I don't have enough to get to here, so I think I should save it for the next one. Yeah. I might cave, though. I'd rather spend shards than gems right now, if I need more energy. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I had 2 cold hearts on my old account, too. She's just one of those champions where you can... Like, I've seen people... Man, sorry, my chair's getting uncomfortable. I gotta adjust this seat. I've seen people with 4 cold hearts. Like Lydia, cold heart, cold heart, cold heart, cold heart. And that was like their Spider 20 farming team. Yeah, she's just a really good champ. I'll build her eventually. It just didn't really make sense to build her since I literally just 6-starred 2 other turn meter champions. It's like when you're trying to figure out who you should 6-star next, you have to take your entire account into consideration, not just who is the best champion in a vacuum, because your champions don't exist in a vacuum. They exist alongside all your other champions. And a turn meter champion is not what I needed at the moment. And I needed Kael, but I decided to level Bellower because I wanted to make content about it. I wanted to see if he was really worth the hype. Also, it takes... I mean, Shield Guard is a very fast campaign farmer, faster than my Aethel. But still, slower than my... You know, I wanted a faster campaign farmer. So I took the plunge on Bellower. And he's my first AoE decrease attack champion. And my first AoE decrease speed champion. He's kind of like a baby Stagnite. Uh-oh, I think I'm going to die. Yeah, okay. We still gain XP. But obviously not as much. Yeah, he does like AoE decreased defense, AoE decreased attack, just like Stagnite, except it's the small version. And then he does decreased speed on his A2, and Stagnite does decreased speed on his A1. They're obviously the small versions of those debuffs, but AoE decreased speed is actually really, really good. Especially if I'm running him on a team where I don't have a dedicated crowd control champion. Slowing the enemy team down with that decreased speed is really big. Like they gain 15% less turn meter each turn meter tick, and over the course of a fight it really adds up. My Hydra situation, I'll cover it more in depth on the Monday upload, but I'll tell you that I got almost 1 million damage this week. It was like 900 something thousand. So having Bellower improved my Hydra damage. Actually, I'll show you, since we're in the middle of... I'm in the way. 996,000. So we're about 600,000 or 700,000 away from the bottom chest. About 700,000 points. So more than halfway there. So we are steadily improving. When I get Drexthar... Ooh, 79. I'll have 80 today. So we're 80% of the way into Drexthar. And we got 50 for Yakarl. So yeah, Drexthar is going to be huge. Like my first proper AoE HP burn champion. I really do need to be farming Ice Golem because I need this provoke set. I think I might get Kael to like 45 or 50 and then I'll start doing Ice Golem. I don't know. I could probably try to start doing it now. I don't know. Let's see what happens. So I cannot yet beat stage 18. I tried this earlier today and I failed. I guess Kael replaces Aethel. So we got decreased attack, decreased speed, block buffs, or sorry, block cooldown skills, decreased defense, AoE damage and poisons, speed boost, and support. I don't currently have a Hydra guide. Hydra is an area of the game that I have not dedicated a lot of time to learning because when it first came out, I did not like it that much. So I didn't spend a lot of time trying to master it. I just kind of dealt with it, just kind of put teams together that I felt like would work. And I think on my old account, I was like a couple million shy of getting the top chest on Brutal with one key. I almost one keyed Brutal. That was the best I ever did. But I do plan on trying to learn how to do Hydra on this account because I think it will make for good content if I can do it with rares only and permanently available free champions, then surely anyone can. So yeah, he might be a little bit too low level. Bellower dying is not a surprise because he is in an attack percentage chest. I don't think this is going to be a smooth run, guys. I think I might need to actually get Kael to 60 before I start doing this. Dead. Like, my Bellower does have, like, over 30,000 HP. Or no, I think he's got about 30,000 HP. But Kael, I actually put Kael in an HP percentage chest. He's got a cruel set to increase his attack, and then he's got crit rate gloves. So now we're getting the poisons. Hopefully, so if you didn't know, okay, so that right there, Frigid Vengeance. That's his passive. Attacks all enemies one time whenever his HP drops below 80, 60, 45, 30, and 15%. This attack will revive any dead allies to 100% HP. This attack ignores 50% of each enemy's defense for each alive ally. So for each alive add he has on the side, it will ignore an additional 50% defense. If you can push the boss over these HP thresholds of 80, 60, 45, 30, and 15 with damage from HP burns or poisons, he will not trigger this Frigid Vengeance attack. So this is why HP burns and poisons are very powerful against the Ice Golem. You can sort of bypass these effects. I think he's gonna die here when he attacks. Hopefully not. If we can get some poisons on him before we push him over 45%. Okay, so this is a 50% mark right here. I think we're gonna either we did it. I think we did it because 40. Yeah, so we pushed him over 45% with poisons. Now we gotta get him past 30%, which I don't think... It's gonna be close. So notice how he's not reviving his side adds. This is from the poison damage. I think we did it. So that's specifically why poisons are very good. Again, I mean, they're good because they deal lots of damage, but when they deal damage to Ice Golem, if they push him over those thresholds, that doesn't trigger a counterattack. I'll sell that one. Okay, so that was a little sketchy. 19 is probably going to be worse, because he's going to be my affinity tank. Ugh, boy. I might actually just take Kael out. Maybe do Longsword Torx for the waves, for crowd control, and then hopefully I just don't die to the boss. I saw the numbers you put up, Jacques, but I didn't look too closely at the team. Oh, Bellower killed himself against the reflect damage. That's funny. I was like, how did he die? Oh, I see now. Yeah. Oh, Torx is getting smashed, bro. Super smashed, bro. Oh, he just used the AoE provoke right before the wave died. Now I don't pay too much attention to Hydra. Yeah, I have to be in the right mindset to learn something, and I don't usually, I'm not usually in that mindset when I'm checking in on Discord. I'm usually in the mindset of like, oh, I gotta come in here and answer questions. So I'm not like, I'm in the mindset to dispense knowledge, not absorb it. So, yeah, I did see the numbers you put up, but I didn't look at the team too closely. Oh man, sorry to hear that, Sakib. Yeah, generally they will attack the side ads first. So yeah, so because the AI of the champions will generally have them attack the side ads, it's really good to have AoE decreased attack so you can get decreased attack on the boss. So that's why I've brought Bellower into this fight specifically. But the heal reduction is rough. Ooh, dead. So we're gonna take counter. We're gonna take the frigid vengeance attacks because I don't have any poisons. Actually, War Maiden's a. I think it's her A1 that has a chance to poison, but I don't think that's gonna be enough. Yeah, I do have a couple block revive champions in my vault. I'm just not really at a place where I'm ready to invest in them yet because they would only really be used for this dungeon right here. And I don't know if my gear is good enough because like all the I obviously don't have Phoenix. He's the best because it's on his A1. Um, but all the ones that I have, they're on a 3-turn cooldown. So if they use the block revive skill and they don't do enough damage to kill the side ad, and then somebody else kills it, then there's no point in having brought them to the fight in the first place. So I don't think my gear is ready, or I don't have the gear to make it worth bringing a block revive champion at the moment. But it is something I have him set aside for the future. I've actually got two that I could use. I've got Painsmith, I think is what he's called, a Void Affinity Dwarf. And then there's Beast Wrestler, who I'm actually intrigued by Beast Wrestler because he has a passive. Oh no, this is bad. He's got a passive that increases the damage he deals for the first hit on each enemy by 50%, I think. So it's possible that he could do it, because if he gets that huge damage bonus, this is not looking good. I might take over, just to make sure I don't revive anybody at a bad time. Like, a lot of times, it feels like... I'm gonna see if I can get a decreased attack on the boss. Nope. Resisted. A lot of times it feels like she revives right before the Ice Golem attacks. See if I can put decreased speed on him. No? Trying to get decreased attack out. She's got like a 50% chance to place it. She's just not wanting to cooperate. I guess I probably could have tried to put decreased... I'm not playing very well. A little distracted. Okay, I'm not going to revive until the boss attacks. I'm going to see if I can put decreased attack on him. He resisted. I don't really have her built with accuracy. So that's my fault, really. I guess these side ads place healing reduction on their A1, so Torque's provoking them is probably not the best, actually. I will revive. War Maiden is actually built tankier and she's less likely to die. But Bellower does decrease attack. So I think I have to do Bellower for decrease attack. Nice. See if I can decrease speed on the boss. No. Yeah, the 8... Maybe I can decrease speed on the boss this way. No, I did get it on the side ads. Yeah, the fact that these side ads do healing reduction on their A1 makes it really bad to provoke them. Because Torx isn't getting any healing. Decreased attack is coming back up. I did need to clear the decreased defense, because he would certainly die without it. Okay. I think we're okay. Now, Bellower's decreased attack is coming back up. Okay. I guess I'll revive. Save the decreased speed for when the ads come back up. That might have been a mistake, actually. Decreased defense. It does give me more damage. But I don't know if I'm ready to... If I would have waited, I could have got more healing on everybody before the ads came back up. So now the frigid vent... Now he's about to take his turn and attack. Hopefully we can decrease speed on the ads. Nice. Very good. Bellower's the boss. I know that Armiger does a block revive on his A2. It's just, it's also, again, it's one of those things where it's like on a cooldown. So if he whiffs, it's like a 50-50 every time he goes into attack if he's going to be the one who gets... Actually less than a 50-50, because if he doesn't get the killing blow, then it, you know... And also, it's not really good to turn meter control the boss. Because then you end up taking the... I guess let me take that back. If your objective is to kill the boss with poison damage, you generally don't want to turn meter control the boss, because you need him to take turns so that he takes damage from the poisons, so that he's not triggering this Frigid Vengeance attack. Okay, I want to get rid of... Actually, okay, I'm going to wait to cleanse this block healing, because the side ad is about to go and debuff us. Now I can cleanse the decreased defense on her next turn if she can get a turn soon enough. There we go. Okay, now we'll cleanse decreased defense. That was... I'm you know, not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but that was really smart of me. Clunk! Okay. I think I just focused the boss now. That was the 15%. So let's... Everything on the boss. And focus him down. We're not going to get counterattacked anymore. He will still get turns, though. This is scary. Alright, decreased attack is out. He's not booked yet either, so that was actually kind of lucky. War Maiden, or not War Maiden, Reliquary and Haikatoon holding it down. I think I just attack. Yeah, I was gonna say, if I get War Master, then he's dead. Whew. This is worth keeping for now. Speed and defense. It's 6-star, so... I mean... Yeah, I have tried running Armiger and Ice Golem teams in the past because of his block revive A2. And for the experience that I had is that it wasn't worth it, because he was turn meter controlling the boss. And it was causing me, like... Just, if he's not the one who gets the killing blow, then it's just hard to time, is the issue. I've tried it in the past and I have not had much success with it. I forgot to put Kael in on the team. Damn it. I'm probably going to fail this. I wonder if War Maiden's weak affinity here. So maybe War Maiden comes out. I keep Longsword Torix in, and then I just use Bellower's decreased defense. Hey, thank you, Slacker. Yeah, he's been pretty good so far. He's definitely tearing up campaign. He's dramatically reduced my campaign farming time. So that's good. So this wave right here is why it's generally good to have your damage dealers in lifesteal, because of they reflect damage. Oh, that is so good. Ah, we still got one streak out though. Damn it. If Bellower had put the block cooldown skills, we would have been fine. Or if Torx would have provoked. So I had two ways to stop that from happening. We're doing fine. My damage dealers don't hit hard enough to kill themselves yet, so that's good. Thankfully, my gear sucks. As you get later into the game, it becomes more and more relevant. Well, that's good, Jack. Yeah, I don't know much about Curse City. I had quit playing. Like, Curse City released in a time when I wasn't really playing the game, so I don't know a whole lot about it, and I haven't really played on my old account too much, or at all really. This account has been my primary focus when it comes to Raid Shadow Legends, so, and I haven't gotten too far on this account. Maybe I get lucky and just do it. That would be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think Kael definitely needs to come in for the poisons. I just don't know who comes out. I kind of like having Longsword Torix for provoke on the wave, on the Terror Beasts. So I guess we take out War Maiden because she's weak affinity. I don't know. Having her, she's in Guardian set, so War Maiden and Reliquary Tender are in Guardian set, so they're kind of doing like a soft ally protect for the team. So if I take War Maiden out, then Reliquary is the only one in Guardian. She's just dying anyway. I don't know. At least Kael is strong affinity, so like when the boss attacks, there's a chance that he weak hits. Oh yeah, no, there's no way. I'm getting smoked. I might just not be ready for 20. She just tanked a 20,000 damage hit like it was nothing. At least I know I got my Reliquary Tender built tough enough for 20. Like she's not dying, it's everybody else that's the issue. Yeah, okay. God, my chair's getting on my nerves. Yeah. Yes, stun set is good on Bellower, but the problem with that is, like, it's easy to say put a stun set on Bellower, but this is all my stun gear. You know, I can't. I mean, I've got an accuracy chest with speed. That's not terrible. I got speed boots with accuracy. That's fine. I got crit rate and accuracy on that piece. I got this is a good piece. This helm is actually really good. But I don't think I could farm campaign with him in this set. Like I've currently got him in a 7-piece Slayer set, which is really good for campaign farming because of this 4-piece bonus that fills the champion's turn meter by 5% for each enemy hit by AoE attacks. So it means I don't need quite as much speed to go twice. And also the extra crit damage, extra crit rate, speed, crit damage, crit rate. Like, I don't know. Also ignores 30% of enemy defense with AoE skills, so that's all 3 of his attacks. So this is the best build I could do for him right now. Yeah, the ignore defense is really nice too. Alright, so let's try Ice Golem again. This time we will try taking out War Maiden. I really do like the crowd control for the waves. Actually, if I do this, then Bellower becomes the affinity tank. Because he's got 30,000 HP. $50,000. Actually, what's Longsword Torque's HP at? He's neutral, so he might actually 33,000. So yeah, it would be Bellower. I would need to put more HP on my Bellower, so they attack Longsword Torque's if they don't get provoked. I don't have enough silver to level this up right now. Seeing if I can like glyph HP somewhere. Not that one. That's probably not enough. No, not even close. Okay. I guess Bellower just takes damage, I guess. I don't know. I would really like to be able to farm 20. Like, having a second dungeon where I could farm stage 20 would be really nice. I guess the question becomes, how badly do I need decreased attack? Probably pretty badly. Yeah, I think War Maiden has to come out. Alright, let me try this and see what happens. Oh, Kael is faster than my Bellower. I guess it's fine. Yeah, good provokes with Torx. I wonder if I turn off... Would that be crazy to turn off Kael's A2 on the boss fight? I don't want him to get pushed over the damage thresholds by raw damage. I would really like it to be through poison damage. I didn't do an AI setup. I want to make sure Torx doesn't use his provoke on this lone target. All right. Decrease attack. I mean, that's not bad, but... Okay. I think... So right now, I do have my Torux in a Provoke set. So when he counterattacks on the A1, he can place Provoke again, like he did here. Just to help with crowd control. I think... I forget what his second set is, or if he even has a two-piece set, but I think getting him in like a mortal set would be really good. Because he's... Actually, the real issue is that his gloves are flat HP gloves, because I just don't have good provoke gear. Which is why I need to farm Ice Golem. But if I can make him a little tankier, that would be nice. My gear's just not the best right now. So yeah, if I do a... Ooh. So the side ads are void affinity, so they are going for Kael. Forgot about that. But in terms of, like, the boss interaction, hopefully the boss weak hits him and it doesn't matter because he's dead. Okay, I might have to wait till Kael's level 60. Which is fine because I wanted to finish the champ training event anyway for the legendary book. I'm pretty close. I still might be able to do this. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I get the side ads down, and then Reliquary can revive Kael, and then we just kill the boss with poison damage, and they never get revived. Did you get a little power nap in there, Wolf? Welcome back, buddy. Alright, so we got a poison on the boss. That's what I like about his A3, is that it like scatters poisons like randomly. And now his A1 has an 80% chance to place poisons too. Oh, we whiffed that time. Of course it did. And to stack them poisons, Kael. You have one job. Maybe I just try Frozen Banshee for now until Kael's... Because, like, in a situation like this, Frozen Banshee would actually be... Like, when I was doing lower levels, she would use her A3 on the side ads. And then the side ads would die. And she wouldn't get it back up in time to start poisoning the boss until after the boss would revive the ads. So she was never poisoning the boss. But now that I'm on stage 20, it's taking me longer to, like, get the boss down to those thresholds. So Frozen Banshee might actually work here. The waves will take longer because they don't have the AoE nuke from Kael. Not a single poison from the A3. That's rough. Wait, did we skip one of the revives? I think we did. Okay, after this run, I'm going to put Frozen Banshee in. See if I can do it with Frozen Banshee. So the next one is 45% HP. If he could land those poisons on that A3, this would be like a guarantee almost. I think we're going to trigger this one. He needs more accuracy. He's getting resisted. So there's their first revive, but you know, getting one revive at 45%, that's pretty good. That's the first one so far. It's still possible that I do this. Yeah. But I will try Frozen Banshee, because just from like a points per energy perspective, finishing the tournament, doing 20 is better. So even if it takes me longer to do each run, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I could just wait until I'm about to go to bed, then collect all my energy, then use multi-battles. But I really do want to finish this champ training. I don't want to miss on that legendary book. We're going to have Drexthar soon, and then it's going to be Yakarl, then Seal of the Drakes. I get Yakarl and Seal of the Drakes about a month apart, so I really want to start farming up those legendary books as much as I can. Yeah, all of those poisons are getting resisted. I might need to glyph Kael's accuracy a little bit. Oh, decreased defense. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yikes. Okay, now Kael's dead, so we're gonna get it. Well, unless Kael gets revived and starts stacking. Oh, she revived. Team order matters. Your reviver prioritizes whoever's highest in the team order. I need to put Kael higher up. Ugh. Yeah. I think if I had Frozen Banshee in that run, it would have worked. We're just... I'm not doing enough damage to the boss to kill him quickly. She can go last, since she's... Let's try Frozen Banshee. Frozen Banshee's in a Guardian set too, so that'll help keep Longsword Torx alive. So now I've got 2 Guardian sets. I have War Maiden in a Guardian set too, so I could do that, and it would protect Longsword Torx even more. But then I lose decreased attack, and then War Maiden is a weak affinity. So I think I just do this. I'll do one more try. I think seeing how slowly I was killing the boss on 20, I think Frozen Banshee works here. Wow, only 2 provokes. I need to level up Gnarlhorn. I did pull him, by the way. Finally. But not until after I 6-starred Longsword Torx. And since I've already 6-starred Longsword Torx, it's hard for me to justify building Gnarlhorn. Because it's like... Same reason I didn't 6-star Coldheart, because I already 6-starred 2 turn meter champions. Like I've already 6-starred a provoke champion. I don't want to feel like my resources have been wasted. So many resources going into 6-starring a champion. Bellower's gonna die to these counterattack, but yeah, should have seen that one coming. Or I did see that one coming, but this run is not going well. Alright, we're somewhat back into it. I want to make sure Torx. I forgot to do an AI setup. We got the 2 reflected damage guys, and then the A1 provoke set came in clutch. Dude, that provoke set's really doing work. A little bit too much work. He's taking too much damage. But hey, we're an Ice Golem. Maybe we'll get some better provoke gear. Ooh, Bellower's coming in clutch though with the decreased speed, decreased attack, decreased defense. Hey man, if you fall asleep, you fall asleep. It's all good. You know what? If you fall asleep while you're watching my stream, it still helps me out. It increases my watch time metrics, so I really don't mind. You're actually doing a favor. In fact, if you have trouble falling asleep every night and you want to put on some of my old live streams to help lull you to sleep, I highly encourage it. Hell, make a playlist. It would help my channel. Okay, I'm gonna let my cat inside. I'll be right back. If you really want to deal with that sleep debuff wolf, all you gotta do is deal damage to yourself and it'll break the sleep. Just kidding. I do not condone self-harm. Okay, moment of truth. Can Frozen Banshee kill the Ice Golem? The runs will only take 6 minutes. Actually, that extra Guardian set seems like it's helping a lot. Poisons, poisons, poisons. Give me lots of poisons. Oh yeah, baby. Melt. Melt when you take... Oh! No! How do we... Oh. Somebody must have got a War Master hit to push him over the edge. That was so close. Did you see how high his turn meter was? That's really frustrating. We almost dodged it. Well, thank you, Sakib. Yes, when you fall asleep watching my stream, it actually benefits my channel. It helps my watch time metrics. So please feel free to fall asleep watching my stream anytime. Okay, well, I mean, I was really hoping to use Kael for the speed up the waves and stuff with his AoE damage, but the number one rule when trying to progress through dungeons is beat the dungeon, period. And then once you've got it on farm, then you start to look for ways to make it go faster. Okay. Take a turn before anyone hits a War Master proc. Nice. I think we're good. I think we're good now. You really trying to go back outside? I hate when he does that. He'll come inside, take like 3 bites of food, and then want to go right back outside. Do you not realize I'm doing a show? You don't care. Okay, well, let me... Ugh. This might just be the team. I have a radio voice? Oh, thank you. I did, when I was in high school, I was on the concert choir. So I'm a trained singer, and I think because of that, it just makes me have a soft, like, a voice that's, like, more appealing, I guess. Yeah, I know you want to go outside. I know. I just let you in, though, so... Alright. Now that I know I can farm Ice Golem, and I know that I'll be able to do this tournament. Wow, their damage is almost the same. I mean, she's got like 500,000 more, but considering he was dead half the time. Ooh. Doing, 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 doing. Okay, I'm gonna let my cat outside, and then I'm gonna evaluate the champion training tournament. Or event. I know. I'm gonna leave you outside. Alright. Also, when I was a teenager slash early 20s, I worked at an amusement park in the games department. And my job was to talk to people to bring them in to come play the games so I can, you know, if they play the games, then we're making money. So, I have a lot of practice on the microphone. I don't know if that helps my voice sound more soothing or not. What was I doing? Oh, champ training. Here we are. Okay. I'd like to finish this tonight because it usually takes me like 2 days to finish a dungeon tournament, and I just happen to have 2 days left on this. So another reason I want to finish the champ training tonight is because it's got 1 day left. So if I can get this legendary book, I'll be very happy. I'm only 1,000 points shy, which sounds like a lot, and it kind of is. But I might be able to cheese it. Got some 4-star chickens here, 3-star chickens here. Actually, I don't know if I want to do all that. I could just level up a bunch of 3-stars, a couple levels each, just to cheese some points. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I mean, I could. I definitely want to level these. I have 2 Master Butchers, and I'm going to need them for Bommel eventually, so... Got some Myrmidon here. Hydra damage dealer, potentially. I'm just trying to... Here's my other Master Butcher. This guy's going to be great in Faction Wars. Tomb Screech. I really don't know who else I want to... I guess I could... Cold Heart's like the only champion that I see on my account that I'm like, oh, I should 6-star them next, but I don't know if I just don't know if I'm ready yet. Because then, what do I use my... I guess I still use Slowbone Bowyer in Arena. I don't know. I've already 6-starred 2 champions this event. I might just do the thing where I level up a few champions, like food champions, just to or put levels into champions I don't intend to rank up at the moment, just for the sake of scoring more points. And then if Kael levels up while he's farming them, then it's just bonus points. I think if I would have had enough accuracy on my Kael, I probably would have been able to pull off that Ice Golem run. But I saw like 3 or 4 poisons at least get resisted, so I was like... I just don't have the silver to level up his banner all the way right now. This kind of feels like a waste, though. I don't know. I don't really like... I don't mind leveling up the food champions before I use them as food. But the problem with doing this path, if I continue on this path, is... like, if I just level up all these champions in my vault for points, then I've got all these partially leveled champions. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that or not. It might actually low-key help me out a little bit in some faction wars, though. Yeah, so we got a little bit of points here for Kael. I'll do one more run on these 4 stars. I think I'll just make real food. It's fine. Like, it's probably what's best for my account long term, is to make actual real food and not just put levels into food champions. Ooh, exciting news. So, it's official. On Monday, I get my new internet service provider. Luckily, it doesn't seem like we've had any connection issues today. But the previous week, it was so annoying. So hopefully all my internet issues will be resolved by Monday, and I'll be able to upload my weekly update video for the series more quickly. Normally it takes like 20 to 30 minutes for the video to upload, so I'm hoping with the new 1 gigabyte per 1 gigabyte per second upload speed, I'll be able to upload the videos more quickly, and streaming will be a breeze. All right, I'm just gonna make food. I'll make real food. It's fine. Let's get that legendary book. So close I could taste it. I just realized it's 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to check on my daughter and make sure she's asleep. She said she wanted to sleep on the couch in the living room tonight. So I'm going to check on her real quick. If she's not asleep, I'm going to tell her to go to sleep. And if she is asleep, I'm going to make sure she's got a blanket. So I will be right back. Speaking of calming, soothing voices, she fell asleep watching Bob Ross, The Joy of Painting. We've been, on the weekends when she doesn't have school, the next day, we'll let her watch Bob Ross, The Joy of Painting to help her fall asleep. She really likes it. So. I've been watching it to help me sleep too. It's very soothing. Especially like if I need to go to bed but I'm not necessarily tired, I'll watch it because it's entertaining enough that it holds my attention and keeps my mind from wandering and thinking about all the things that are keeping me awake. But it's not so exciting that I can't fall asleep, you know? It's like one of those perfect... It's like watching a nature documentary, and like in that same vein. It helps me fall asleep. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we're halfway there. We've been on a prayer. Yeah, we're halfway there to Yakarl the Scourge. I've got 50 fragments. That's gonna be awesome. Uh, I guess I'll still have use for Porux. um, I don't watch my own streams to fall asleep. I do watch my streams and my videos just to like look for ways that I can improve. So usually after a live stream or a video, I'll wait a couple days so it's not like still fresh in my mind. So I'm like a little bit removed from it, and then I'll go back and watch it and just try to find mistakes that I make, or like maybe I made a certain type of joke that I thought was funny in the moment, but watching it back I'm like, ooh, I don't like that. I probably shouldn't make jokes like that. You know, stuff like that. So I do watch my own streams, but not to help me fall asleep. I think I'm gonna die to the double bomb. Yeah, okay. No big deal. Um, yeah. I know, like, back when I was making Hearthstone content on a different channel. Excuse me. What set was it? I did my first ever set review on a live stream, and it was a couple hours long because I reviewed every card in the set. But my wife, this is back when my baby was, or sorry, my daughter was like a baby. My wife and her crib was still in our bedroom. My wife would put that stream on the TV to help both of them fall asleep, just because hearing my voice would soothe my daughter and it would soothe my wife too. Um, yeah, so they would watch my streams to fall asleep sometimes. Like that one in particular because it was like the longest, and because I was just like talking in a normal voice and I wasn't like getting excited about the crazy RNG that was happening. So I was very very even keeled in terms of my live streams. I used to go out of my way to act extra excited and try to put on a show and be more entertaining than I am naturally, but I don't really want to do that anymore. It was when I go back and watch those live streams, it makes me cringe because it's so obvious that I'm fake. You know, I'd rather just be myself. And I think when I go back and watch, I think the audience could tell that I was being fake too. Because, like, that channel never got more than, like, 300 subscribers. I think, like, 294 was the highest I ever hit. And I would actually aggressively try to promote my channel on external websites besides just YouTube. I haven't done anything like that for this channel, and it's just grown naturally because I'm just being myself. I think people probably find it more relatable than, I don't know, maybe not, but I don't know. I'd rather just be myself. I'm not trying to pretend to be anybody that I'm not anymore. I'm too old for that. I just don't care anymore. And also back then when I got into it with the intent of becoming a full-time content creator. I wanted to make a living off of it. Now I have no ambition of doing that. If it happens someday, then cool, but it's not a goal of mine. I'm just doing this for fun. I enjoy the social aspect of streaming. Being able to talk to you guys. It's hard to have a social life when you work the night shift and you have a family. And so yeah, streaming is a social outlet for me, mostly, these days. And I enjoy making the videos because I know that they're helpful to people. You know, I like reading the comments when someone says, hey, you know, the series is helping me a lot. It really taught me how to gear my champions, or showed me how to build a team, or whatever, you know. Like, I really enjoy reading that kind of stuff. Thank you, Wolf. I appreciate that. For those of you who are watching and don't have chat open, Sakib says, "You're so lucky, dude. Your wife likes to hear you talk." She doesn't like hearing what I have to say. She just likes the sound of my voice. Unfortunately, she doesn't actually listen to me when I'm talking. She just finds the sound of my voice to be soothing. That gave me a good laugh, though. That was a good one. I'm trying to remember what set it was. If you ever played Hearthstone, it was the set that had Corridor Creeper, which was a 7-mana 5/5. But for each champion, or sorry, for each what did they call it? Minion. That's what they called their creatures. For each minion that died while it was in your hand, its cost would be reduced by 1 mana. And that card ended up dominating the metagame for a really long time. And it was one of the cards that, like, all the big-time content creators didn't evaluate properly. But if you go back and watch that review, like, I actually said, like, man, that's a pretty good card. So, I called it. Not trying to brag, but called it. I knew it was going to be good. No one else thought it was going to be good, and it was good. Turned out to be the best card in the set. So... this chair, if I unlock it, the backrest, so that it reclines all the way, it'll stop making that noise. But this just feels like I mean, it's a comfortable position to sit in, but it doesn't feel like I'm engaging with my audience if I'm leaning back this far, you know, like, I don't know. Who knows? At least it's not making, and now on the green screen, it's tweaking out. I gotta scoot in because I can't reach my keyboard. I guess it's better than the loud cracking noises. Neat. Alright, do I have enough? 3 stars. 1, 2, 3. Then I would need 9 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can make a batch of 4 stars. Where are we at in here? Still need like 700 points. I'm gonna have to spend gems. There's no getting around it. I want to put Bellower in because it would be faster, but the fact that Kael is gaining levels as I go just makes each run worth a little bit more points. Except for when he dies. I still think the amount of points I'm gaining from him leveling up passively outweighs the fact that I will sometimes fail if Lord Shazar double bombs me. Oh, I started to talk about this earlier, but I got sidetracked. Um, Hold on a second. Let me get this run going. I think people who don't actually watch my videos or subscribe to my channel are participating in my community polls. Because, like, now it's asking, no, okay. Alright. So last week during my weekly update video, hold on. I mentioned that I was planning to upgrade the... Oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on. There, okay. I was planning to upgrade the attack percentage bonus in my Great Hall. After I did that, I still had some left over. So then I put the rest into crit damage, right? And I was talking about how close I was to a 2-key and how I thought investing in attack percentage would potentially push me over the edge, right? So let me see if I can zoom in on this. So I wrote, during CVC, I upgraded my affinity bonuses in the Great Hall to increase magic attack percentage to level 6 and magic crit damage to level 5. Do you think this was enough to get me to an easy, consistent 2-key on Nightmare every day? Some of the comments I got made it seem like these people aren't even watching my channel. So this guy, Jalopy, says, in isolation, that doesn't mean anything. The ratio of primary... So I'm like, dude, if you watch my videos, then you know what I was talking about. Like... He's acting like he doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, did you watch my video, or are you just trying to sound smart, or are you just trying to make me look dumb? So I replied to him. Where'd he go? I said, if you're keeping up on my free-to-play Rares Only Plus series, then you should have all the information you need, as I covered it in depth in my last video. I feel like that was it just annoyed me that he was like, in isolation, that doesn't mean anything. The ratio of primary damage, attack, defense, HP, and crit damage plus the air, like... It's not in isolation, though. I gave you the information in my last video, which is why I did this community post. This is a community poll. A poll for my community, you know, the people who watch my videos. Why did I remove Battlelands Royal? I don't even know what that is. I don't know. So that got me thinking, and it makes a lot more sense when I look at this community poll. Because I was under the assumption that if people knew... Where's it at? That I had just 6-starred Soulbond Bellower, they wouldn't vote in favor of Cold Heart. But everyone voted in favor of Cold Heart. So I'm wondering if this just showed up in people's YouTube feeds, and they're just like, oh, Cold Heart's a better champion. Yeah, like... Or if people who are voting on this actually watch my channel. It makes me wonder. It's okay, Pocky. I just don't just not sure what you're talking about. Is that a game that you play? I don't think I've ever... If that's a game, I don't think I've ever heard of it. You might have me confused with somebody else. Also, I meant to talk about this last week, too, the April Fool's thing. I was going to make a joke about that. Oh, well. Only fooled 33% of you. Or only 33% of you were willing to admit that I fooled you. Might be a different way to place it, or phrase it. But yeah, if you saw this poll, and you were wondering why, I made this poll after I got the offer for the sponsorship opportunity. So I was trying to get a gauge for how likely my viewers are to spend money on a new game, because the only way I would have gotten paid is if people downloaded the game with my affiliate link and then spent money in the game. So based on this poll, I don't think it would have been worth it for me to do that sponsorship deal. But yeah, so that's what that was about. But I will reveal the answer to this poll on my update on Monday. You hate Shadow Legends. Okay, well, then you're in the wrong stream, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. You know what? Since you hate the game so much, I will quit making content on it altogether. I will uninstall it and I'll never play it again just to make you happy. Just kidding. That's not going to happen. If you do not enjoy Raid Shadow Legends, you might want to find a new channel to watch, because I quite enjoy it, actually. That is a very good point, Mike. Or sorry, Wolf. Sorry. Wolf says, I looked back at all your community polls and I'm realizing that you go against what they suggest almost every single time. Meaning, I think it is just people appearing in the feed. That's potentially true. And a lot of the times, the reason I do the poll is because I feel like I'm doing something that is going against what is considered to be conventional wisdom. So when I announce that I'm going to do something that is against what would be regarded as going against conventional wisdom, I want to do the poll to see if people agree with my thought process and why I'm going against conventional wisdom. Because a lot of the time, okay, how am I going to phrase this? I want to see if people understand my reasoning. And a lot of the time when I do something that's going against conventional wisdom, I'm doing it for the right reasons, and I'm usually right. And that's why I want to do the community poll, to see if, after hearing my thought process as to why I'm about to do this thing, if people will then agree with that. And they see my point of view, or if they have it in their heads like, well, no, that's wrong. That's not the way I was taught to do it. That's wrong. We can't do the thing that's wrong. Never do the thing. Never think outside the box. Ah! Like, it short circuits their brain. So I'm trying to teach people that it's okay to do something that might not necessarily be what is considered to be optimal or the best path if it makes sense for your specific situation. Sometimes you'll have more success if you think for yourself and come to your own conclusions rather than just following the meta all the time. Because, like, Coldheart is a better champion than Kael long term, which is probably why most people voted for Coldheart. But for my specific situation, Kael is actually better for me. You can't just look at champions in a vacuum. You have to, because they don't exist in a vacuum. I was talking about this earlier. They don't exist in a vacuum. They exist in what's the word I'm looking for? They exist alongside. There's a word that I can't find. They exist alongside all your other champions. You can't just evaluate a champion in a vacuum when you're trying to figure out who you should 6-star next. It's not always about who's the best champion. It's about what does my account need. So that was kind of the point I was trying to get across, because I was under the assumption most people would assume I should build Coldheart next, which is why I did that poll. I'm kind of just using the community polls as a learning tool to kind of try to teach people to, like, think outside the box a little bit more, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So a lot of the times when I do the community polls, I already have my mind made up on what I want to do. I just want to see what everybody else thinks. You know, just because I think it's an interesting learning opportunity. But it's also possible that there are people who don't watch my channel and they just want to, like, I know everything, vote next. I've been on Reddit. I know at least 3 things. Vote. God, I hate Reddit. Reddit is like the... Oh, because I died on one of my runs. Did I? Reddit, you can sometimes have good experiences and get good information from Reddit. The problem with Reddit is everyone who is on Reddit thinks that they're an expert, and they will give you advice with the belief that they're an expert in that field. And people don't like to admit that they're wrong. So you can encounter someone who's giving bad advice on Reddit, and if you call them out for their bad advice, they will not back down on it. And then the person who they're giving the advice to doesn't know what to do, because, like, I just stopped going to Reddit. I cannot stand that mentality of, well, I'm an expert, I know what I'm talking about, you're wrong. Like, really? Because I've done this and proven that it could work. So I know that there's merit to what I'm saying. Don't tell me that I'm wrong, because I've done it before. I don't know. It's kind of a weird subject. And I don't care about being right if I'm arguing about what the best piece of advice is. I care about helping the person who is trying to get the advice. That, to me, is the important thing. So when I see people giving advice that is, like, generally good, but not necessarily good to the specific person, that's when I'm like, okay, well, you're not taking the entire picture into consideration. You're just, I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent. I don't like Reddit. I don't go there anymore. I probably should, just to combat evil. But just, it's just, I don't know. And it's even worse in gaming subreddits, because everyone who's a gamer thinks that there's like this gamer mentality of, like, if you're not the best, then you're the worst. And that's just such a toxic way to approach things. There was a reason I went on this tangent, and I forgot what it was. I was going to try to steer the ship back on course. But it reminds me of when I was... It was a couple weeks ago, I was live streaming. And I was trying to beat the Frost Spider for the first time. It was the day that Coffin Smasher kept whiffing on his A2 to get the HP burn. But there was that guy in chat who kept telling me that lifesteal doesn't... You shouldn't build a solo champion lifesteal, you have to do regen. I was like, no, you don't have to do regen. In fact, you can do it in lifesteal, and it required, like, I was over and over, I was telling the guy, like, you can, I promise it works in lifesteal, I've done it. He's like, no, dude, you regen, just do regen. I'm like, no. And I like linked 2 videos to show the difference and how, like, for this specific champion doing these specific things, lifesteal is actually better in this particular circumstance. And he stopped talking in chat after that. I don't know if he got angry because I was right, or if he just got distracted because he was watching the videos that I linked to him, but it's like, I get that regen is good. I'm not saying that regen wasn't good. I'm just saying there are other options, and don't be so narrow-minded to assume that there's only one path to take. It was the only point I was trying to make. Like, gamers can be so close-minded sometimes. Because they watched a video and now they think they know everything. And if you say anything that's against what they know to be the truth, then you're wrong. And, like, it's so toxic. Like, I have been proven wrong enough times in my life that I have learned to be humble when I'm in a disagreement with somebody. And if somebody presents information to me that I don't think is correct, rather than argue with them and say, well, that's not true, because I think something different, I go, well, that's interesting. I've never thought about it that way. Let's get to the bottom of this, and I will test it out for myself and see what is correct and what is not. Sometimes I'm proven correct, sometimes I'm proven incorrect. And when I'm proven incorrect, I'll go to that person and say, hey, I looked into it, you're right, that's awesome, I just learned something new today. And I think that's the healthy way to approach a disagreement. But so many people are afraid to admit, I don't know if it's pride or what. Like, oop. It's time for me to buy a Drexler fragment from the client shop, or from the CVC arena. Yeah, so many people get so caught up about being right or wrong, they don't take the time to think about what's true and what's not. Like, I'm more concerned about the truth than I am about being right. I don't care if I'm right, I don't care if I'm wrong, I just want to know the truth. So if I find myself in a disagreement with somebody, or if I have a different take than somebody, I will do my research and get to the bottom of it, because I want to know the truth. And that's where your mindset should be. Anytime somebody puts information in your path that is contrary to what you currently believe, rather than just arguing with them, you should be like, you know what? That's an interesting take. I'd never thought of it that way. Let me do some research. Maybe you're right. If more people thought like that, there would be much less war in the world. There'd be much less fewer people arguing about stupid shit on Reddit. Like, the world would just be a better place if everyone could just learn to be a little bit more humble. And just put their pride aside and, like, actually think about it objectively and get to the truth. I forgot to go to the Tag Arena Bazaar. I got a couple minutes. It's not the end of the world. But I do need to go after this run to get Drexar. Yep, I think you're right, Jay Pickens. Now, and what's funny is I was never disputing to that particular individual that regen. Never once did I say to that guy that regen is not a viable set for solo champions. All I said was, don't discount lifesteal because it can work. And not only... Okay, so I'll for the people who weren't there, I'll outline the entire situation. Tyrant Ixlamore, who I had on my last account, in a lifesteal build can solo Spider 20, Dragon 20, and Ice Golem 20. He can do all 3 dungeons in a lifesteal build. I was watching a Tyraku video where Tyraku had him in regen. Doing the exact same thing, and sometimes in the regen build, Tyrant would fail because of RNG. Me doing the exact same thing in lifesteal with fewer stats, with like 20,000 less HP, 30 less speed, like 500 less like significantly lower stats, doing the exact same thing in a lifesteal build. Like, all I was trying to tell that guy is, you can do it in lifesteal too. And not only can you do it in lifesteal, the build is much easier to achieve if you do it in lifesteal. And he was like, no, dude, regen. I was like, finally, I just linked the 2 videos. I linked Tyraku's video. I said, look at the build that Tyraku has. He's got like 80,000 HP and 270 speed. And then I linked my video and said, watch my video. I've got like 50,000 HP and 230 speed. Like, significantly easier build to achieve. And my build setup with Tyrant was 100% on Spider 20. It literally never failed. So, like, I'm not trying to say, like, I'm better than Tyraku. That's not the point. He's obviously a very smart guy, very talented player, great content creator. The point I'm making is, why are you arguing with me? If you just do the research, you'll see for yourself. Like, you're missing the point. Don't just assume that there's only one way to do things. Open your mind to more possibilities. And if somebody presents you with information that is contrary to what you believe, rather than arguing with that guy or that girl, whomever, just take a moment to see for yourself. Do the research. Be willing to humble yourself a bit. I don't know. That's all. Sorry. I know that was a long rant, a long tangent. Just something that annoys me about people sometimes. Like, okay, well, this is a failed run because I got the 2 bombs. Maybe. He's leveled up. No, he's dead. Super dead. Super dead. I think he would need at least... Each of those bombs deals about 10,000 damage when it goes off. And he's only got 20,000 HP. So if he's missing, like, any HP when the bombs detonate, he's dead. I think in a few more... Actually, can I level this up a little bit more? I might not have enough silver. Maybe. It's only taking like 100,000 silver each. Holy moly! I really would have liked speed or crit rate or something. All right, whatever. Okay, well let's. If leveling this up decreases my fail case, then I think it's worth the investment. Because the more HP I have, the less likely I am to die to those double bombs. Can I hit 12? Alright. So what's his HP at now? So now he's at 30,000. So he's significantly less likely to die to the double bomb. So that was definitely worth the investment, in my opinion. Oh, that's another thing. Thank you for... I didn't read your full comment yet, Jack, but on my old account, I built a Bad Alcazar, and again, when I was doing research on how to do it, I was reading, like, oh, you have to build him in Stalwart, otherwise he'll die to the AoEs from the dragon. Or you need, like, 300 speed with triple speed sets, and I was like... Again, I thought outside the box, and I built my Bad Alcazar in a Toxic set, and it worked with significantly less stats than what a lot of other people were doing in different sets. So, okay, here's the test. Does he survive the double bombs? He's got 30,000 HP now. Oh, yeah! We did it. Silver well spent. Silver... I don't know. I feel like I said words wrong there. You know what I was trying to say. So yeah, if you're dying to the bombs, give yourself more HP. That's the moral of that story. But yeah, just be a little bit more open-minded. Be willing to humble yourself and accept that you might not be right, because there's a chance that you might not be right, and that's okay. It's more important to find the truth than to be right. That's the moral of the story that I'm trying to tell. Moving on. Okay, so Jacques says he uses Bad L in Righteous and Stone Skin. That's interesting. Hey, if it works, it works. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There is no spoon. Open your mind, Neo. That's a really good point too, Jake Pickens. You know what, Jay Pickens, you don't always participate in chat, but when you do, you have very insightful things to say, and I appreciate that about you. Jay Pickens says, also, this community is so centralized around a few data sources, and it's utterly impossible for those individuals' data sources to understand every aspect of the game. Preach, brother. There is not a single content creator in this entire community who knows everything. There are plenty who know a lot, but nobody knows everything. That's just the way it is. I don't know everything. I'm still learning new stuff about this game every day. I do know a lot, and if you have a question, there's a really good chance I can answer the question for you, just based on my experience. But I've been asked questions before, and I was completely stumped, which is why... So there's a member of my Discord community. His name is Book of Love in Discord. I don't know what his name is on YouTube. He could be here in chat right now, and I don't know. Some people, not everyone's name matches up on YouTube and Discord. But anyway, he was asking a question or proposed a theory, and I didn't know the answer to it, so I was like, you know what? I'll test it out. And at this point, I hadn't played the game in like 3 months. But I still like to, interact with my community on Discord. So I logged into the game to test what we were discussing. This is another example of that. Like, he was talking about damage mitigation by defense and how it could potentially get diminishing turns with a buff like Strengthen. I was like, I don't think it works that way, but I actually don't know. Let me get to the bottom of it. So I logged into the game to test it out, and I went into Doom Tower hard, and I was doing run after run after run, like logging all this stuff, and it turned out that even though I thought he was wrong, turned out he was right. Like, there's some... I don't know what the... obviously, I'm not smart enough to figure out the exact values, but there seems to be a pattern with diminishing turns with mitigation by defense and the way it is affected by the strengthen buff, which, to me, that completely blew my mind. But because I was open-minded enough to get to the bottom of it, I learned something new. And that's what motivated me to get back into the game, because I was so shocked and blown away that I learned something new. Like, this game is just has so many layers of depth and complexity that I was like, this game is so awesome. So if you're enjoying this content, this free-to-play Rares Only Plus series, you have Book of Love and my community Discord to thank for it, because he's the one who got me back into it by having that discussion. So I was wrong, he was right, and I was so impressed that I got back into Raid because of it. What a cool story. But yeah, I could have sat there and argued with him, but no, I was like, you know what? Maybe you are right. There might be something to what you're saying. Let's get to the bottom of it. And I think that's the approach that you ought to have when you're having a discussion with somebody. That's interesting. I never thought of it like that. Let's find out for sure. Let's test it. Whew. You are correct, Sakib. I did not switch to 12.6. The reason why is because I died on one of the runs, and even if I had switched to 12.6, it would not have been enough XP to get me all the way to level 30. I think I actually died on 2 of the runs, so I was a little bit of XP short. But now, oh, I goofed. I did 12.3. So when I'm leveling up food champions to sacrifice to my other 3 stars, I need to do 2 runs of 12.6. I did screw up there. I was just on autopilot, so I was telling my anecdotal evidence. I'm just going to do another run of 12.3, and then I'll feed him some 1-star champions. So who's Animus? Is that someone from the Cursed City or something? I haven't seen that. I unfortunately, because so much of my free time is spent making content for Raid, I don't have as much time to consume Raid content these days. I will occasionally watch an Ash video on the background while I'm editing one of my videos, because his are usually more entertainment focused and educational, so I can kind of just have it on in the background and get a laugh here and there. But I don't have quite as much time to watch Raid videos these days. Oh, wait. Don't tell me I finished, did I? Oh, Dungeon Divers, okay. I was like, there's no way. You gotta be getting closer, though, right? So I need 11,000. We need 500 more points. Okay. Oh, so wow. There's a new rare who could solo the final boss. That's awesome. Well, that gives me hope. I'm sure the gear requirements are pretty nutty, but the fact that it's possible, maybe someday the Rares Only Plus will get there. In the immortal words of Justin Bieber, never say never. All right. Yes, that is correct. That's what I want to do. I think Kael might be able to do 12.6. Let's try. He's the appropriate affinity. And the Lord Shazar bombs on 12.6 don't hit as hard as the Shazar bombs on 12.3. If you'll notice, Lord Shazar is only level 78. Those are his level 60 stats. He's only level 78 right here. If you look at 12.3, he's 84. So his bombs actually do more damage on 12.3 than they'll do to you on 12.6. So Kael might actually be able to do this. We're gonna find out. One way or another. Yeah, Wolf. So I don't know. Like, I'm not smart enough to figure out the exact numbers, but from the testing that I did, there appears to be some relation between the amount of damage mitigation that Strengthen has in relation to your mitigation by defense. I was blown away when I found that out. Because to me, like in my mind, like why would it? It's not the same thing, but apparently seems to be some sort of correlation, which absolutely blew my mind. Which is why I started playing Raid again, because like this game is still surprising me after nearly 5 years. That is a good point, Jack. I mean, I don't know what the stat requirements are. I'm assuming they're pretty heavy. It will probably depend on how many people are able to pull off this rare champion solo for the final boss. But there's also, you gotta factor into consideration, people have to make it to that final boss. And from what I understand, the waves are pretty difficult because of the restrictions. So fingers crossed that they don't nerf it. But you make a good point. They are likely to. They don't seem to have any issue nerfing rares. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Thanks for coming back. Hopefully you actually get some sleep this time around. Have a good night, man. Yeah, it looks like Kael's not having any issues with 12-6. Okay, so now that they hit level 10... Bam. Bam. Yep, now we use them as food. Bam. 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 Do one more batch. Man, the stream's popping off right now. I say, so humbly. We're just talking about how it's important to be humble. When I start bragging. It's important to be humble when you're having a disagreement. It's okay to be braggadocious when your stream is popping off. Hit the like button, subscribe. Yeah. When you say Paragon was nerfed, are you referring to the change to Iron Twins, or did they actually nerf his kit? If they nerfed him, they did it while I wasn't playing the game, and I'm unaware of the changes. Actually, I guess I could look at his kit real quick. I'm guessing you're talking about the Iron Twins nerf. Like an indirect nerf to Paragon. Unless there's something I missed. I remember the Cadaver nerf. What was the Madman? I don't even know who Madman is. That must have been something that happened while I was away from the game. Okay, I assume that's what you meant. Thank you for clarifying. Apparently, the Hell Hades free-to-play challenge is coming to an end, or has come to an end. I want to check out the results of that. I just haven't had time to. Maybe when I'm done streaming, I'll check it out. Have any of you guys looked at that stuff yet? Actually, I don't want to know. Don't spoil it. I'll figure it out. Madman was a baby Trunda for Hydra. Oh. I don't even... What faction is Madman from? I kind of want to look at his kit. I haven't even heard of him. Is he a fairly new champion, or... Okay. How many more points do we need? We gotta be getting close. We need about 77 points. Okay. Easy peasy. Let's go back to 12-3. And then we could level up these 4 stars that we just made a little bit. A dwarf. Okay. I'll look at him after. So interesting. Yeah, I never heard of Madman. This A1 was a crazy ability. Okay. After this run, I'll look at him for a second because I don't. He doesn't sound familiar to me. Is he a fairly new addition to the game? Like in like the last 6 months or something like that? I think I'm gonna have just enough energy to get those points. With that, and if I don't, I'll just wait until I'm not going to spend more gems. I think if I just wait for my energy to accumulate naturally, I'll be able to finish the event. And then all my energy tomorrow is going to be going into Ice Golem. So I do want to pick up those fragments. So if you're new to the series, the parameters of my rares only plus challenge are I'm only using rares, uncommons, or commons, plus any champion who is free and permanently available to all players. So while will not be able to use this temporary fusion, High Mother Mod is within the parameters of my challenge. So I'm trying to pick up extra fragments of this current fusion to hopefully convert into fragments for High Mother Mod. So if I can get High Mother Mod, I'm confident I will be able to 2-key Ultra Nightmare. And I've already got a video on that subject on my channel. So yeah. So I know it's going to take me a long time to get her. But I've already worked out a speed tune that uses her passive that cleanses a debuff from all allies. So in the speed tune, she will be taking her turn at the top of the turn order to cleanse the affinity debuffs and the stuns. And then she will extend the duration of the increased speed buff placed by Haikatune to enable me to go on a 2-1 turn ratio. So, and she does decrease attack on her A1. Oh, we are so close. I need 88 more points. Dude, can I get it with 1 run? I think when I do a run with 3 4-stars, the first runs were 72 points. I don't think I'm going to have enough energy. I'm 2 energy shy of doing 2 runs. I'll just throw a 3-star in there. I just realized I haven't been doing any arena. Normally I'm pretty good about like micromanaging my arena refreshes, and I haven't done any arena all night. That's not good. I need to get in there and spend some tokens. I think when I get 2 more energy, I'll be able to do another run and finish the event with that energy. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's look at that Madman champion. Because he doesn't sound familiar to me. But Jack is saying he's not that recent, but we'll see. Where's he at? What does he say he was called? Madman. Oh, Madman. Oh! Okay, I recognize him. Oh, I see. Okay, so attacks one enemy has 50% chance of attacking all other enemies with the second hit, dealing 30% of the damage inflicted from the first hit. The second hit is always a normal hit. Okay. So, okay. If this was coded the same way that Trunda was coded, then it would, like, ignore all, like, defense mitigation modifiers, which is why Trunda hits so hard. Like the second hit does anyway. That's interesting. Whoever figured that out is quite smart. Huh. Too bad they nerfed it. That's a shame. Because Hydra is like a pain in the ass. It's like literally everyone who's ever played the game. Okay. If this Shazar is... He's probably too fast for me. Okay. Well, I got 3 minutes until I can do one last run for that champion training event. So I don't want to end the stream. Hopefully I can finish that. That would be nice. I'll try this one. Jay Pickens, that's a great question. I was actually just thinking about that on my drive home from work last night. He asked if I'm including the token trader champions in the challenge. I do think they are technically within the parameters of being free and permanently available, but I don't think they are within the spirit of the challenge. Hey, what's up, King Doc? Once again, your timing is atrocious. I'm just out of energy. I'm just basically right now I'm just killing time, hoping to get one more campaign run in to finish the champ training event. I think that happened last time too. You hopped in right when I was about to go offline. We can hang out for a little bit though. We got 2 minutes, and I think I'll be able to finish champ training. We're so close. I need 34 more points. And I don't want to spend gems for it. I think I spent 80 gems buying 2 refills. So effectively, I bought a legendary book with 80 gems. You can think of it like that. You like to make an entrance. Hey, man. Better late than never. Yeah, I gotta kill some time. Oh, Barbarians faction crypts. Dude, I'm killing it. Like when I will get Yakarl the Scourge before I get Seal of the Drakes if I did my math right. So when I get Yakarl, he'll fill in for Marked right here, and then it's just game over. Like I beat Faction Wars at that point with Barbarians anyway. And I could even take out either Soulbond or Shield Guard to make room for Syl, and then my Faction Wars team will be absolutely nutty. Oh, too late, too slow. Yeah, Barbarians is hands down the easiest faction. It's not a difficult faction, like the bosses and the waves and stuff aren't that difficult. Like, it's just an easy faction. And B, you get some really good free champs. You get High Katoon, Seal of the Drakes, Yakarl the Scourge, War Maiden. Like, it's just one of the easiest factions. I think if I die on the last wave, I'll manual the second wave and make sure I kill that War Master or Man-Eater before he makes everyone unkillable. Because I don't know if... Yeah, no, these guys aren't going to kill this final wave by themselves. Let's try this again. Make sure that Man-Eater dies. Just A1, I guess. Save my cooldowns for the Man-Eater. AoE. Marked actually has really good damage multipliers on her attacks. But the problem is her base attack is really low. So it's hard to scale her damage up. But if you can get good attack value on her, she'll hit really hard. On my last account, I had her built on my clan boss team. So I was trying to figure out if it was worth it to turn off her A2 or leave it on. Like, in terms of, like, what's going to do the most damage. Oh, I'm surprised that didn't kill him. So I was looking, and her A1 hits harder than her A2, so I just always turn her A2 off. But she has like a really, really strong damage multiplier. I was kind of surprised. Just the problem is her base attack is just so dang low. Yeah, I forget that the token trader is even a thing sometimes. I used it on my last account to get Foley. I opened a 6-star perfect soul for Foley. So I traded in my duplicates to get Foley so I can play with the 6-star fully awakened Foley. And I actually regret it. Because while Foley isn't a bad champion, he didn't do anything for me on my account that I couldn't already do. So that was a very harsh lesson learned. And definitely wasn't worth trading in all the duplicates. Because I had 4 copies of Rosin Scarhide, so I traded in 3 duplicate Rosins. I think I traded in a duplicate Lady Kimmy and a duplicate Lysandra for an AoE nuker who is a decent nuker, but the fact that he does block revive was irrelevant because I already had Lydia at that point. So I let the fact that I pulled this 6-star Perfect Soul cloud my judgment and used basically irreplaceable resources, which duplicate legendaries, to ascend him, or sorry, to unlock, to get him. And then I was, a few months later down the line, I ended up building this new, clan boss team that used Rosin. I could have had a +3 Rosin on my clan boss team, I don't know. It's probably my biggest regret on that account is trading him, getting Foley from the token trader. But who would I even want from this token trader? Like, Tomb Lord for a potential solo champion, but I'm already going to have Gerda Bogbrew someday to be my solo champion. But he's a different affinity, so maybe there's some merit there. Sir Nicholas for an unkillable team, perhaps. Yeah. Fushan's not bad either for a crack, but I'll have, I actually really do like Molly Tankard. And now that she's getting a buff, I might actually need her for Centranos because she does the heal reduction A1, right? So maybe, I mean, I feel like that's something I'll have to poll the community for. Or wait, is it not her that does it, or is it? I thought she did heal reduction, and that's why people liked her. Oh, is it Cythalia? No? What am I thinking of? Why am I so confused? I thought people were using her for the final boss of Centranos because she did a heal reduction or something. Oh, it's right here. Okay, I was thinking it was the A1. Okay, so... Okay, it's the A2. I get it. Okay. So that's... I mean... I don't know. Again, do I think it... Right now, I'm leaning towards no. Just because it's extremely unrealistic to consider these free and permanently available. Because the cost to get them is so high. But they are technically free and permanently available. So an argument could be made that they fall within the parameters of my challenge. I'm just not convinced that it would be in the spirit of the challenge to take advantage of them. CC blindness. Yeah, I really do like Molly Tankard. She's great for Hydra. On my... It wasn't my first account, it was my second account. I pulled Molly Tankard as my first legendary, and then I pulled Blind Seer as my first Void legendary, and Blind Seer Molly Tankard combo carried me so far into the game. Like, Blind Seer is a very underrated champion. And I think Molly Tankard is a very underrated champion, too. She might not... I think she's less underrated now. I think the word is out. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How short am I? 6 points short? Okay. Alright. Is this how you're gonna do me, guys? Actually, oh wait. This guy's are no. Okay. So each level's worth 1 point. So that's 3, 4, 5, and it's not enough. 6. Okay, there's my 6 points. We did it! Champ training is done. Legendary book. That puts us up to 22 legendary books. We're getting there. So, Drexthar. 25 days. 20 days. 20 days we'll have Drexthar Blood Twin. We'll be able to fully book him. He takes 12 books, so I will still have 10 left. No, how many does he take? I forgot already. It's like 11 or 12. It's not that many. 3, 5 is 8, 9, 10, 11. He takes 11, so we'll have 11 left afterwards. And then I think Yakarl and Syl each take 12. So we're 1 book shy of fully booking either Yakarl or Syl when we get them too. I'm so excited, dude. Drexthar is going to be massive. And with that, how many tokens do you get for 1 Lego? I think it's like 500. I had to trade in 6 duplicates to get this Foley. And I used him because I obtained him. So, sunken cost fallacy. But honestly, I would have been better off just not going for it. Because I just had other options. That is seriously my biggest regret, is trading in my duplicates for that Foley. Oh, she's great for Faction Wars too. And Dwarves is actually one of the hardest factions, because their final boss is the guy who ignores defense and has damage that scales off your max HP. I have a plan for it. I think I'll be okay, but yeah, we'll see. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. What's funny is I was considering my options, because I knew how many duplicates I had. I was like, I could pick up Molly. And I was thinking about summoning Molly because it was a CBC and it would have been a ton of points. And then I pulled the 6-star Perfect Soul for Foley, and I was like, oh, I have to get Foley now. And then it turns out that I was super unimpressed. I'm not saying Foley is a bad champion, he just wasn't worth 6 duplicate legendaries. That's what I mean. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, I will see you in another video soon. But until next time, everyone, happy raiding.